We are live, just for the viewers, so I'll explain something. Both Launch and Auric, due to circumstances, couldn't make it to today's session. So I, the DM, will be taking over their characters. As a personal reason, I don't think characters should die if the players are not under the control of the characters or present. So if Auric or Launch dies, then I'll use some DM shenanigans that they rolled a natural 20 on their death save and and found a secret passage to escape this death trap. That's about it. So, and then we can continue onwards with the story. Cash, you're first.
Sheesh, alright. Well, first of all, I'll drag my little cube 10 feet higher.
Alright. Then go ahead and roll me that d4, because one Yanti is standing in it. Don't think you can see it, but he is standing in it.
Sweet. Hopefully this is a 4, so it's a difficult terrain. Nope. It is a deck save or
blinded.
Blinded. Alright, fair enough.
He made it.
Oh God. Don't have it. Okay. I'll just say I'll go behind Damio and just hey, and I just start hopping on one foot. I think that means go, and I kind of point him to go out, and I activate darkness, dropping the mischief spell.
Give me a sec to give you the rig. There we go.
Nothing left for bonus. Double checking. Yet nothing else. But you know what? Damn, I told Daniel to leave, so I'm just gonna turn this corner and just start panicking. Hurry up! That's me.
Alright. Then it's Daimyo's turn. We'll leave and no opportunity attacks because of darkness. I'll run to here. And then dash to here. There's not much feet left. And he will try and move in towards it. Let's see, what's he better at? Acrobatics or athletics? Athletics. And then with his remaining movement, he ends here. Then a Yanti Pitmaster's turn. Once to here, then dashes. And comes up to here with a dash. Then a Yanti Pureblood's turn. Dashes, then another Yanti's turn. Dashes. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 comes here. Then it's Launch's turn. Here's the question, what would Launch do in this situation? I'm not even sure, so I'm just gonna think out loud, and then I want approval of the rest of the group on if that's good enough. He is already poisoned. So what if he just grabs Daimyo and throws him at the Auntie?
That's a good idea.
Alright.
I might kill Daimyo, but
In this case, he can't communicate with Daimyo, but the only other person that's right next to him is Terrell.
Yeah.
oof.
Are you okay with being thrown?
All right.
Oh,
Oh, big moves, Sorrel, big moves.
Alright, launch grabs Terrell and throws him at the Auntie with disadvantage because of the darkness. Let's see, where is this? Living Javelin. And crits! No, doesn't
Disadvantage.
note for disadvantage. But still hits for
Disadvantage, yeah.
13. Putting Terrell there. Doing 9 damage on that Yanti.
And the blood splatter does not happen.
Then launch. Walks over here and uses his bonus action to grab Terrell again. And he throws him again at the Auntie.
Nice.
Everyone approve of this? This feels very launch-like.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But a 10 misses. And then he walks back here, and at the end of his turn, Constitution save to see if he's still poisoned. Yeah, he's still poisoned. He's really bad on those Constitution saves.
Poisons me.
Alright, then another Yanti. This one will move to here. This one will grab its longbow and fire at Cash with disadvantage. 16.
Just hits.
Alright, for 4 damage.
Reaction.
Constitution save.
Reaction, I'll drop that to 2.
Alright.
Constitution.
Made it. Now the second longbow shot. 13
Miss.
is a miss. Then it's Oric's turn. Let's see.
If he has anything to help clear the rubble or help people get through, that would be the best thing.
Looking at his spell slots. No, that's... Can't see anything from... yeah, all his spells are a bit side-based. Although he can heal a bit. But he is going to try and move. So let's see what his best check on there is. Acrobatics or athletics? Acrobatics. No, he's not. He has 0 movement.
Oh boy.
You have to make either an acrobatics or an athletics check to be able to move in a squeezed area with these rocks. And he failed on that. Alright, that was his action actually. So he can't really do much. Bosk, your turn. So if you want to move as an action, you have to do an acrobatics or athletics check from there.
Gotcha. Can I bonus action brace up while I'm squeezed against these rocks?
Yes.
Okay, I'll definitely do that. There's a point of Moxie gone. 5. So that's 1d8 plus 8. Okay, 11. That's pretty good.
And Big Boss gets them too, right?
Yes. Yeah. Then, as my action, I'm going to do what I did last time. And instead of moving, Boss is just going to grab the rock and try to lift it in a fashion that will help other people move. So, like, create space, essentially. Like, either move it some way to just create space so it's easier to get through.
I'll say that the DC for this is higher than normal movement because this is a lot harder. So go ahead and make an athletics check.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's a success.
That's the one.
I'll even
Alright,
say
nice.
it's that good. This happens. There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bosek just lifts under the rock and just pulls it. He's got it up above his head, and he can't move, but he's standing there holding it.
What happens because of this is you see where the rock fell, and you just push it back into it, and then you let your hands go, and still stuck.
Okay, excellent.
So
All right,
you
that's
can
great.
you also have perfect movement now if you still want to use any
Oh
movement.
yes, 100. Me and Big Boss, we're going. Like moving. I don't know which way we can go after this. Oh, it's up. Okay, yeah. Oh, another rock. Okay. Well, dang, that kind of sucks. Well, I used all my stuff, so I can't do anything. That's it.
All right, Terrell, your turn.
Guys, I have to check if there's another way out. I activate my what's it called? My Radiant Soul. This one.
So that you can fly.
Yes. And then I'll fly. I think this corridor was 15 feet high.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can fly
So I
above
can-
them,
Mhm.
but you would get opportunity attacks from them.
Okay. Well, disadvantage. Oh yeah,
Normal,
no
because you're
disadvantage
also
because
blinded from
because I'm
darkness.
also. Okay. I'll have to chance it.
Alright, so first Pitmaster and the Type 3 will try it.
Hmm.
So the Type 3 will try and constrict you with his tail.
Oh, come on. Yes.
That's a miss. Now the Pitmaster will try and bite you. 12 is also a miss.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can move freely now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm 15 up. That means I have another 15 to move. And so I'll move over there. Oops. And that's it from me.
Alright. Then another Yanti. This Yanti, here in the back, does hear you flying and will try and shoot at you, Terrell.
Mm-hmm.
Normal shots. Crits.
Ah, crud.
For 14 damage, and then the second shot. 11 is
Misses.
missed.
What?
Oops.
Oh, that was 27 minus 14 is 13. Okay.
Yes. Alright. Then we have the Rox's turn. Let's see which dice it was. This one. 8. Well, that rock that you pulled out, pushed back in, Bosk, it falls back down.
Oof.
So that is a dex save for Bosk, Big Boss, Igor, Auric, and Daimyo. DC 13 for half. All the damage first.
You said it was DC 13?
Yes, so you take half
Okay.
damage, so the 12 becomes 6 damage. Daimyo takes the full blow. But the bless stays on. see then. Cash, your turn again.
Darkness in one hand, I'll pull the Blade of Boar in the other. The Yonti above looks worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll slap him with the darkness. 22 for 5.
Yep, that hurts it.
Still up, damn.
Still up.
I'll try to finish him off with offhand Blade of Boar. It's 26 for 8.
That'll kill him.
And I'll just keep everyone updated. 1 down! I can't keep this up for long. And that's me.
Alright. Then Daimyo's turn. Let's see if he can even move out of here. Nope, Daimyo's stuck with his action, so he can't move. Then it's the Pitmaster's turn. We'll go for cash. Disadvantage on cash.
Miss.
Both
And a
miss.
miss.
And then the Pure Blood will move to here. And also will also go for cash with her scimitar. Or his scimitar. Disadvantage.
Miss. Miss.
Miss. And this one is dead. And it's Launch's turn. Launch will attempt to grapple Daimyo. Now that's one attack action, and then he will throw at the Yanti right in front of him. He will throw Daimyo with disadvantage. Everyone approve of that?
Yep.
Yep.
Sounds good.
And hits with an 11 for 6 damage. Alright. That is Launch's turn. Because he already had to use an attack action to grapple Daimyo, and then the second attack to throw Daimyo. Alright. Then this Yanti here will shoot at Cash with disadvantage.
That hits, but I will use 2 blades.
Disadvantage.
This
Oh.
one is 15.
Oh,
Yeah.
miss. Oh, thank you.
And the second shot. That's
Miss.
also a miss. Then it's Oryx's turn. So he has 1 level. I'm just gonna ask advice for everyone. He has 1 level 2 spell slot and 2 level 1 spell slot. The spells he can cast at level 1 are Cure Wounds and Fairy Fire. And the spells he can cast at level 2 are Gentle Reproach, Blindness and Deafness, Wither Bloom, and Pass Without a Trace. But those are site-based, I think. I'm gonna link the text here. Not sure. But
Within range, no?
so everyone approve of him casting it right in the Yanti here,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah,
healing
it's a good
Cash.
healing.
I don't have hit dice to regain hit points.
Alright, well then he then he will heal Terrell. No, Terrell is 15 feet high, so wouldn't work on him.
Daimyo?
Yeah, he could heal Daimyo, yes.
Yeah, no better.
Alright, so we'll do Wither Bloom then. Oh, doesn't work like that. Well then, I'll roll the 2d6. Okay, and then Constitution saves for those guys. With advantage. Failed it, so it takes the full 8 damage. Fails it as well. Made it, so it takes 4 damage. And then a heal for Daimyo.
Nice.
That's a good
Okay,
one.
okay, Daimyo.
is Oric's turn. He has 2 spell slots left. Bosk, your turn.
Dang. I will try to lift up the rock that landed behind me.
Alright, go ahead and make another athletics check. It's too heavy this time. You can't do it.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Let's see.
So that was
Well,
your action, but you still have, Big Boss still has an action if you can do anything with it.
I'll have him try to move forward, like,
Fine.
you know, squeeze through here.
Yeah, then he has to make a acrobatics check or an athletics check. And he can move in the squeezed space.
Acrobatics is Dex, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he can move, so he can move half movement, so that'd be 4 squares.
There we go. He'll move to there. And I guess next time I'll try and lift this rock up again so I can make room for people to come through. That's all I can do.
Alright. Then Terrell, your turn.
I'll shoot an Eldritch Blast against the Pitmaster.
Alright. 14 is a hit for 7 damage.
And the second one.
How do you want to do this?
Basically, I just hear the direction where the scuffle is coming from and fire 2 fists blindly at him, and I just hear the triumphant thud of his body as he sacks to the ground. 2 down! And then I'll fly 30 feet to here.
Alright. It's this guy's turn. He did hear you fly past, so he will walk out and see you, Terrell. And will shoot at you with his bow. Normal shots. 19 will hit for 8
Yes.
damage. And the second shot,
Miss,
11
yes.
will miss. And I'll move with the rest of his movement further to here. That is his turn. Next round of rocks. Alright. With these round of rocks, as more fall down, Big Boss, Bosk, Yegor, Auric, Launch, Daimyo, Beyond T, and Cash all have to make DC 13 dex saves.
Oh my goodness.
I'll roll the damage first so everyone knows how to have it. There you go, to avoid 12 damage.
You said Dex?
Dex, yes. DC 13. So then you take half if you made it.
And I'll use a reaction to half that again, so I'll take 3.
Alright. Igor is down.
Quick question. Did Launch make a con save against his poison?
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. My bad.
Oh, I'll make a con save for darkness as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
He's finally rid of it.
Woo!
There you go. That was the rocks. So now it is Cash's turn.
I'll stow the blade of boar and use that hand to just put a hand on this pure blood. If you want to get out of this alive, you will work with us and stop attacking us to get out of here.
Go ahead,
And
make either a persuasion or a intimidation check.
And I also want to just throw in there, we can work something out with the fucking dagger, okay? I wonder if that would also help. You said intimidation or what?
Persuasion.
They're both +9, but
Nice.
I'll do intimidation instead. Damn it! I will. I still have bless. 14.
Blessed doesn't work for skill checks.
Damn it!
Only for saving throws and attack rolls.
Fuck. All right.
And she looks at you and is like, "My life is worthy of the Dendar tooth."
Oh, then I'll just take that tooth from you and I'll heal myself. A healing word bonus action. For 7. And then I'll just shout out to everybody. We're not all gonna make this. Just get out with a dagger and go. We'll mourn later.
Igor has the dagger. Or the tooth.
Get it and go. Mourn later. And that's me.
Alright.
Actually, I'll move 5 feet to the left.
You can't because there's a rock on you.
Oh fuck, that's not true.
You have to spend your action to move out of the rock.
Fuck it, let's go. I'm good.
Alright. Then it's Daimyo's turn. Will attempt to use his action to get out of this stuff. No, he does not succeed, so he can't do anything. This one is dead. Then it's this one's turn. We'll slash with our scimitar at you, Cash. Disadvantage.
9, I miss. And a miss.
Miss. Then Launch's turn. I'll launch, here's the instructions. And he heard what happened with the auntie, who is now also still attacking. So, should he try to escape, or should he try to kill the auntie? Once everyone's,
I think he would escape.
Alright.
Yeah. Hopefully with Damyo.
You know what? He's gonna try and lift the rock just like Bosk did.
Sick.
He succeeds, so this rock here is temporarily gone. So everyone here has normal movement again, hopefully. Alright, and then this one here. We'll go for Cash, disadvantage.
Miss. Miss.
Miss. Then Auric. Auric is gonna try and escape. Let's see if he actually succeeds. No, he does not, so he can't actually do anything. Bosk, your
I
turn
thought
again.
the rock was lifted.
The one that is at
Oh,
launch,
that's
farther away from you.
Looks like Horace has to make a new character.
Dang, that would. Dude, I don't know.
He
That'd be
doesn't have to
terrible.
make a new character. Unless all of you die, he doesn't have to make a new character.
Oh,
Well, I think unfortunately, unless I get this rock out of the way, I think Big Boss is gonna die, because there's no chance. I don't think. Unfortunately. Okay, hold on. I just don't have the action economy to do all the things. How? I mean, this is a pretty big rock. Not gonna lie. How hard?
Yeah, this, like, to give you an example, this rock here is less than half the size than it is here. So it is possible for you to lift this rock and do the same thing as you did previously. But it's gonna be pretty hard.
Yeah.
You definitely have to I'll say this: a 19 isn't good enough, and maybe a 20 isn't either, but you don't know that for sure. But I'll definitely say that a 19 isn't good enough to lift that rock.
Dang. And it's an action to move, right?
Yeah, and it's also an action to lift up that rock.
Can I, as a bonus action, have Big Boss come back to me?
Yes, but he has to still do athletics or acrobatics to even move. Yes, so he can move.
I want to have him come back to me. I'm going to use my action to give him a healing potion, because otherwise he's going to die. Oof. And then, there's not much I can do. Yeah, because I can't move or do anything, so that'll be it.
Alright, then Terrell, your turn.
Okay. I'll fly on into the big room. You said this is higher?
Yes.
This was 60 feet?
Yeah.
So that's 10 feet movement in this direction, and then I'll move 15 slanted at an angle. So I get to 60 feet and here, and then another 5. And can I see anything? So is it a flat ceiling or is it a kind of cave stalagmite thing?
Hallway right here.
Okay.
South of you. The ceiling itself is closed off.
Okay. Then with my bonus action, I'm also drinking a healing potion. That's 2d4 plus 2. Okay. And then I'll shoot an Eldritch Blast at the Yuan-Ti who is following me. Nope.
It's a miss, but the other one is hit.
Hopefully he'll run out of arrows before I run out of HP.
His turn. As he shoots his longbow at you, Terrell.
Longbow, okay. Much 15. More than... Nope.
19.
Yes.
8 damage as he moves closer towards here. And it's Rock's turns again. And what was the roll the previous one? 6, so this time it is this one. So Big Boss, Bosk, Auric, and Launch all have to do dex saves for the rocks when the rocks fall to avoid 18 damage.
Woo! That's a big one.
Auric made it, so he gets 9.
Oh boy, this could be it right here.
Big Boss made it, so he's on 1 hit point now, right?
Yeah.
Ah, yikes.
Bosk, did you use your bloodied ability already?
Yeah, you already used it before the thing.
Yeah, it triggered earlier. How much do I lose here? 18? Oh my goodness. Ooh boy.
Rocks are no joke. Cash, your turn.
And guess what? I am a rock, and I draw the second blade. Blade of Boar. Let's finish this lady off. Darkness first. I'll add a bless just in case. Oh, okay. 6, still up.
She's still up. She's
I
now
will.
yellow.
Damn it! I have the crit to kill this biche.
Oh,
Oh!
and you do.
But the crit doesn't kill her either.
Damn!
But now she is in the red.
You wanna fucking change your choice now or what? And then I will. I don't like the fact that I can't see Terrell. I'll start tracking him, and I'll.
Alright, let's double movement over the corpse.
Yeah, I'll take the op from this pure blood. Get to this point.
No, you're in darkness, so she can't opportunity attack you.
Sweet. And I'll stay there and engage this fella.
Alright.
That's me. Oh, wrong tag.
Then it is Daimyo's turn. And Daimyo is gonna hit the girl with his stick. Or attempt to. He hits and kills her.
Let's go, damn you.
And then walks towards here. Now he has a jumping ability. So with his movement, he jumps to here. That's Daimyo's turn. Pure Blood is dead. Then it's Launch's turn. Who will attempt to move out of this thing. He succeeds. And moves to here. And he can't move any further. And this one here. Well, he'll stow his longbow. And try and constrict Cash. 7 is Abyss.
Miss.
And he can't do anything yet because he first has to draw his scimitar. He can only do one thing.
Okay.
So that attack forgoes. Auric. So he has 2 level 1 spell slots left. So he can either heal himself as an action, or he can attempt to escape and get out of the rocks. Which ones would you think he would do?
Well, he's never been able to succeed so far in escaping these rocks, so you might as well just heal himself.
Agreed.
So he heals himself for 7 hit points.
Hopefully
so
that's
he has
enough.
1 spell slot left.
Hopefully that's enough for him to get out.
Is this, do I know, is this the end of the hallway? Like, is this the end down here?
What you remembered and how you got in
It's
here
so
was
far.
a slipping slide. So you still also have to climb up the slipping slide to go back to the entrance where you entered here.
Can I tell from here that are rocks going down the slipping slide?
Let's see, what is your dark vision? 60 feet. Nope, you cannot tell it from here.
Damn, this sucks.
So you'd figure it out if you moved closer.
Well, I will bonus action brace up again.
Roll good. Oh yeah.
I guess I'll try to push this rock.
Alright, athletics check. The lower one, right? Or the higher one?
This one, the big one, the
Alright.
big boy.
The hard one.
I just have to, like, there's no other way I could do anything. So, like, yeah.
Athletics check. That is a failure, sadly.
Dang. And Big Boss can't move, correct?
Yeah, because you already used your bonus action to move him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. So, because the thing is, his movement is free, but doing actions and stuff take my bonus
Yeah,
action.
but he needs to do his action
Yeah,
first
yeah.
for him to move.
Gotcha. That's why I was, yeah. So, I'm chilling here. That's it.
And Terrell, your turn.
I shout back, "There's a passage over here!" That's on ground level, the passage. Okay. And this is also 15 feet?
Yes, the passage itself here is
Okay.
15 feet.
Then I'll fly back down to 15 feet height and shoot at the UMT with the Eldritch Blast.
That'll hit for 7 damage. And the other one will also hit for 5 damage, doing 12 total.
Okay, so that's 15 feet down of my movement, and then I'll move another 15 over to
And you see
here.
a very long hallway going upwards. I'll move you there when you actually move that distance.
Mm-hmm.
There is another hallway.
Okay.
Alright. Then it is the Auntie's turn. Or did you want to do anything else?
Nope. Nothing with bonus actions anymore for me.
The Auntie will move right here and attempt to shoot with his longbow at you, Terrell. 20 for 5 damage.
Friggin' hell.
And 10 is a miss.
Yep.
And then it's time for rocks to fall again. Falls right here. So that means Big Boss, Bosk, Auric, and Launch. I'll roll the damage first. Oh, you already rolled the next save. 18 damage if you fail.
Oh.
Auric keeps making it. Auric keeps failing at all other sorts of save on the checks to move, but he keeps making the deck save.
Forget about Big Boss dying. Bosig's about to die. Like, oof.
Got it.
I'll just have to, like, I'd have to run back. There's no shot. There's no chance.
Now for Launch. Launch made it, so he takes half. And then it is Cash's turn.
I'll shout out the Auric and Bosk, which I do not see, and just say, "Exit here! If it's closer, come back!" I'll move here and here. Take 2 swipes at this guy.
Both of them hit for 16 damage.
I've never been so adept at fighting before.
You're not new at this anymore.
Not today, partly, and I'll take the op attack to just keep going.
He can't because of the darkness.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'll get to those, and I'm just full dashing. I make sure Damio gets a little pointer finger one before I leave, and yoink. Oh no, do you know what? I'll stay there, actually. I'm in it for the team. Get out, quick! Over here! Follow my voice!
Daimyo's turn. And Daimyo's going to run. With a dash. All the way to here. That's Daimyo's turn.
That's good. The guide's out.
Alright. Launch will attempt to lift this rock that just came on top of him. He succeeds. And then with his remaining movement, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 comes here. And that is his turn. And this guy. So Yanti are pretty smart. And he's been trying to hit you all this time, Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Without success. So on a 1-2, he will try again. On a 3-4, he's gonna try something else.
Alright.
Alright, he will try again. But he will move like this. First he will try and constrict you, Cash.
Miss.
That's a miss, and then he will draw his scimitar. And miss as well.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Then it's Oryx. He will use his last... he sees space here. He will... shall he attempt to escape or use his last spell slot to heal himself?
Does he have any forms left, or is he out?
He has one wild shape. So he could do that. Could
That's
turn
good
into a
because
tiny
that's...
creature.
Whatever creature is gonna help him get
If he-
the fuck out of there.
Yeah, have him turn into like a garden snake and then just
Alright.
slip out.
He'll turn into a tiny snake. Let's see, snake.
Well, level 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can turn into a poisonous snake, constrictor snake, giant frog. Anything that burrows? I don't think so.
The poisonous snake is tiny.
There would definitely be poison snakes on this island.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
What type of movement do you have? 30. I'd say a poisonous snake isn't even constricted here, so he'll just do this. But he can't move further than... No, he can dash, so...
Oh yeah, it's his
he could
bonus
get-
action for him.
He could get to here. No, he's that's only Moonroot.
That's
bad.
moon. Yeah.
It's an action for him.
Oh right.
So I'll move
Damn.
him to here. Because the light's now gone too. That'd be his turn. Bosk, your turn.
Oof. I guess I'll try to lift this rock, like this bottom one,
Mm-hmm.
to move.
Athletics check. Alright. For that bottom one, that's good enough.
I will move down. So I can get to like here. While I'm here, can I object interaction pick up the tooth from Igor's corpse?
Sure, no problem.
We forgot about the tooth.
Yeah, that's why I picked it up, so I got it. I'll
Yeah.
just write tooth. Then, can I bonus action? So, if I have Big Boss dash, could he potentially come to here and get through this rock?
Well, he does have to do an action to move, so he can't actually dash.
Oh, because he's over in the rock still.
Yeah.
Dang. Hold on. Yeah, he is still there. Yeah. I'll try and have him move, I guess.
Alright, so athletics or acrobatics. He can move. So half movement in the rocks.
Hold on, I can't see him. So it's like 10, and then he goes to here. So that's 15. 20, 25, 30. And I believe he has 40 feet of
Yes, so
movement.
he could move to this square here if he wanted to. Because he already made the check successful.
Okay. So I could
But
have
I'll
him.
warn you for this, if he stands here, when the rocks fall, on all the places where the rocks are, you always get to get the saving throw. So, it's still random chance, but where he's standing now, there is a higher chance of not being hit by rocks than if. But here is a 100% chance that he'll be hit by rocks.
Well, he only has 10 feet of movement left, so there's nowhere to go. So I guess I'll try and hover over him with my body or something. But yeah, that's all I can do.
Terrell? Val's turn. You want to move further on?
Yes.
Alright, let me move you. So that's 5, and then the different square to here, you have used 10 feet of movement.
Okay, I won't get out of shooting range anyway, so I'll shoot back an Eldritch Blast at the snake.
Mm-hmm.
Kill that motherf.
Both of them hit for 18 damage.
At least he's hurting. And then I'll move the rest.
Still
10.
20 feet left.
20.
And that Yanti's turn.
Please don't hit for once.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll shoot with his longbow twice.
Oh! I'm an idiot! I forgot. I get 1d6 of radiant damage for every time I hit.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Go ahead.
Okay, let's do it
it's
for.
only for one attack though.
Let me check.
This is
If
not the
it's
time.
once per.
This is not the time to forget your abilities.
Yeah.
I'm-
So once each turn. Yeah.
And with his second shot, he did hit you for 6 damage. So you can roll 1d6 extra worth of damage on him. Alright.
Does it kill him?
No.
Damn it.
Then I take the damage and I'm down to 1.
Oh no!
But I get to shoot first.
Mm-hmm.
Next round.
You got backup. Don't worry, you got backup coming.
Yeah.
Alright, rocks.
Fuck off, rocks.
Come on, roll a 1.
Or 2 or 3.
Okay, I don't even know what the numbers mean.
I think rock size.
5.
5.
I don't even know how Bosek looks. I'm sad. That's why I'm staying behind so much.
It's not good.
Oh fuck!
Only big boss is in it. Dex save. I don't think it
It
matters
doesn't
unless
matter.
I roll 2 or 3 ones.
It doesn't matter. He's dead.
He's dead.
Hey, that's 3 ones.
Yeah.
That's 3 ones, right?
But that's the only one that gets hit by a big boss.
Well, if you pull it up,
Bozak, you see only, as the rocks fall, Bozak, you only see Big Boss paw moving outwards towards you. Lost in movement.
oh, that's sad.
Cash, your turn.
I hear dog whimpers. Is that right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I will go into a rage, but it doesn't do anything. I'll slap this guy once with an action. Darkness. Can I choose to hit with the other hand as the action? Or
Yeah. You can
Okay.
switch.
Okay, I'll hit him with the +1 blade of boar.
That'll hit.
Okay, just in case he's that was a 2 for Blaze, just in case he's back. Ooh, I see Bosk. How's he looking? I
Not
see
good.
orange. I see orange a little bit.
That is not great.
Oh god. Launch. Whatever you do, keep the fucking frog and our flying angel dude alive, and I'll hit Bosk with a healing word. My last healing spell for 4. Hit Bosek with a 4, and hurry up, Bosek, we don't got all day! Yeah, I'll get back in this melee and end my turn.
Oh,
Actually, I'll move here and end my turn.
then it's Daimyo's turn. Daimyo will move. And then dash to here. And that is Daimyo's turn. And then launch his turn. He will also dash away. And then get... No, you'll dash to here. And pick up a Yanti Pureblood's corpse. And throws it at the Malazant.
Let's go.
With disadvantage though, because no, normal. Doing 6 damage. And that is Launch's turn. I need to be able to survive the poison.
Oh, you're right.
Now it is Malazan's turn. Who will try and constrict you, Crash. 14 is a miss.
I could do this all day.
12 is a miss. Auric will sliver. 10, 15, 20, 30, dash.
Oh my god, they have
5,
backup. Another snake.
Wait, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As a snake slivers right past you, Catch.
Fucking snakes.
Bosk, your turn.
He's praying to his gods.
Morning
Yeah.
dog.
Well, so I guess it's not possible for me to retrieve the armor on Big Boss.
You could try and lift up the rock again and then pick up Big Boss if you wanted to.
Is it also an action to get through these rocks right here?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I'll just go through it. I'll try and get through these rocks.
Alright, just go through them or do you want to lift them?
I'm just gonna go through them.
Alright. Then athletics check.
Come on.
That's good enough. There you go. Oh wait, I didn't remove them. Oh, next. So 10, 50, 10, 20, 25, yeah.
Alright, there you go. Well, I can't because that was an action, wasn't it? Alright, that's what I got.
Alright, then Terrell, your turn.
Okay, let's get this out of the way. Pray, pray, pray. I shoot at the Yanti.
Go big or go home.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then the 1d6.
How do you want to do this?
Goodness.
So, it's basically a Hail Mary. I'm bleeding out of the many arrow holes that he did to me. But I just, as I fly by, I shoot one of my fists at him and he splatters against the wall.
Alright, anything else you would like to do?
I'll come down to the floor and I'll wait for the others.
Alright. Then that one is dead. Rocks again.
Just survive this one, Bosk.
Come on.
3 1s.
This time it's a D10.
Oof.
Yeah, Boschka's getting hit by that.
Do you have that thing where you're resistant to bludgeoning at all?
So that's using my bonus action to turn it on.
Ah.
Yeah, and I was using it before to move Big Boss and do stuff.
Please
Oh,
survive.
dexterity save. Or take 24 damage.
Ooh.
God! Inspirations, get them ready. Inspirations, get them ready.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright, you
Easy.
take 12.
Tell me you're still up.
2 HP.
Oh, that healing word did it. Let's go.
Alright, then it is Cash's turn.
Do I see the? Do I hear the struggle of Bosek from coming from this corner?
Yeah, you definitely hear that.
Fuck you, Snake Man. And I will. Can I get to this, or is that in the rock?
That's in the rock.
I'll get to this point, and I'll hold my action to help Bosek get through.
Yeah. Alright. So that would be an athletics check, just so you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think I'll do more harm than good. Yeah, I'll redact that because I forgot that rule. I'll just keep moving and slice this bad boy up. Bladed Burr 4.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And then darkness straight under his jaw. Hell yeah.
Nice.
How do you want to kill him?
I'm just flailing so much, death by 1,000 cuts. Just last strike just hit it under right in the jaw. I know how to sword fight. And I'll end my turn by moving here and still hoping Bosek gets here.
Alright. Then, let's see, then it is Daimyo's turn. One, two, three, four, five. Dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is Daimyo's turn. Now Launch's turn. A Launch will move back a bit. And then dash to make a jump to get to here. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is Launch's turn. Then Oryx's turn. Ooh, a snake doesn't have that jumping capability, so he goes in there and takes poison damage.
It does have swim speed.
As a snake, is he immune to poison damage?
No.
Darn.
And that's 2. Oh! Oryx down!
Ooh. No,
Yeah.
no. He reverts back to human.
Oh wait, he's resistant to poison, my bad. Let's see
That one too.
Yeah,
Oh, he retains that as a snake as well.
yeah. So he takes, he's still up,
Three.
but, and with his remaining movement, he does move to here, and then still here. And he will use his last spell slot to heal himself.
Get your ass in gear, old man.
Alright, then it is Bosk's turn. Alright.
Well, if I push the rock, I could probably get out. But I can't because I can't move. I don't have enough movement speed to get out normally, so I will try and push the rock.
Come on.
That is a success.
Alright, here I am. That's as far as I can go.
And Terrell, your turn.
I use my very last healing ability in Healing Hands. So I get 5 HP back. I mean, I probably don't. Oh, okay. I see Auric probably and Launch coming in. How are the others doing?
I'm just screaming, death by 1,000 cuts! Hurry up,
One
Bozak!
just shouts, all the Anti are dead. Now we just have to escape the rocks.
Okay, yeah, I basically couldn't do anything even if they were here, so I'll just move on. 10, 20, 30. And that's my turn.
Alright, and the rocks again. This time I'm rolling a d12. 2. You guys are lucky this time. Nobody gets hit. But the next one is going to be very dangerous because that's a d20.
Oh, fuck.
Cash, your turn.
I kind of look Bozak in the darkness. He can't see me. Like, you good?
I guess.
Then get the fuck out of here. Yeet! And I action dash to just get the fuck out of there.
Yes, but you do have to walk through the poisoned water.
I have a 10 movement strength. Is there any way I can jump a
No,
little bit
'cause
out?
you can't jump the extra 5 feet.
Damn it. Yeah, sure, I can still take it.
You take 11 poison damage.
Oh, God.
So concentration check for the darkness, but I don't think it matters now
Yeah.
with the Auntie being dead.
Yeah, I was gonna turn it off.
Alright.
And I'll do a dash just to get the fuck out of here. I see the fucking poisonous water. That's gonna take me out.
The other one you can jump.
I'll launch, start tossing the old man, because I don't think he's gonna make this river. Just get the fuck out, get the fuck out.
Make it! I can! Daimyo's turn. Well, dash towards here. Then it's Launch's turn. Let's see. Launch will just do a running jump and jump. Get over there. That is how much? 30, then dash. Yeah, that's about what Launch can do. And Oric's turn. And he, with a running jump, he barely makes it.
Thank God, because I forgot how strong he was. Like,
He has 6 strength.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And here. Yeah, he gets up to here. Bosk, your turn.
Well, with a dash, I get 50 feet of movement. I have to jump this, so can I just, as I'm since I'm sprinting, I don't know, what did the jump thing?
If you do a 10 feet walk, you can basically jump up until your strength score. So you did that, so you could easily make it to the other side without hitting the water.
Okay, because I landed like right here, and that's my turn. I don't have any points to do anything else.
Alright, and then Terrell, your turn.
I touch one of the pebbles on the floor and put light on it. Because I know not everyone has dark vision. And then I'll do another 30 feet of movement. To here.
Please roll low on your d20.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is if I get crushed by a rock to death, that's pretty cool. It sucks, but that's how it is.
Yeah, depending on the roll, I'll join you.
Ooh.
I have to do math. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I think you need to roll over 15 to hit me, I think, if you're going off by that rule.
If it was a 50% chance like before, then it depends on whether the above 10 is hit. Or whatever. I thought it was like 1 to 3 is hit, 4 to 6 wasn't, so I don't know
what
if it is.
happens is the rocks fall into the water, and the splashes
Don't.
towards Cash and Bosk, and you both can make dexterity saving throws to avoid the poisonous water.
You fucker.
This is all or nothing.
Well.
So Bosk gets hit by the poison, but Cash avoids it correctly. As Bosk takes 7 halved to 3 poison damage.
That's enough. I had 2 HP.
Is there anything you can do?
As I take this bits of poison that hits me, can I pull out the tooth that we came in here for, and I'll just look at Cash as the poison starts eating into my body and throw it at him?
It's big enough. It's big enough that you don't have to pull it out because it's actually pretty large.
Okay, then I'll just kind of like throw it like a foot in front of me because that's all I can do before I fall over.
Since he is in agony, getting poisonized, can I just take the killing blow and hit him with the crossbow? I'll end your suffering.
Hey, you might die too, dang.
Alright. Then it is Cash's turn.
Do I have the dagger then?
No, it's right here.
God.
Walk back and pick it up.
For sure. Do I use 10 or 15 feet?
10.
Okay. And I'll say my piece. Bosek. Ugh.
Take my money. Take my money. I have so much money, dude.
I'm guessing
That'll
it's
be an action to loot Bosek.
Yeah.
And it's also the question if Bosek is gonna make a legacy
Well,
character or not.
I was gonna say it depends because I don't know how the legacy character. I definitely want to make a legacy character because I have an idea for it, but I don't know like how that would work. Like, is it just I just have the stuff,
You have all the stuff that Bosek has, but your backstory has to be connected to Bosek in any form, quite a form. And a legacy character starts 3 levels lower than the rest of the party, but through actions you level quickly up to the level of the party. So
yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested.
So I'll tell you what the actions are specifically. Your first natural 20 levels you up, and your first killing blow levels you up, and the last one is an heroic action that impresses the party. So,
I got you.
So.
He walks in the room.
In one session, you could level 3 levels and be at the same level as the rest of the party with a legacy character.
I mean, yeah. I mean, am I dead? I'm not dead outright
You're not dead
now.
yet. You could still roll natural 20s on your
I
death
can
saves
still-
and everything,
yeah,
or
but,
someone can attempt to help you if they can.
Yeah, if they can't, like it's fine. It's whatever. Whatever happens is good with me. It's not a big deal to me, but I mean, it sucks because I thought I was just gonna lose my dog, but I also died, so I was like, damn. But it's all good.
I pick up the dagger, tooth, whatever, and I single tier, jump away, action dash. Oh god. So what's up? 15 dash. So I should have enough just to get the fuck out of here. This would be 30 dash, yeah.
How many do you have left? Because then an extra 5 feet, and I'll now move you to the other hallway here.
If any of you have any range healing, Bosek could use it right now.
I don't have anything left, literally. I could Eldritch Blast him, that's the only thing I can do.
Alright, so Auric is out. And let's see, Launch. What does Launch have?
Man, this whole adventure.
Launch can heal, but only cure wounds.
Oof, yeah, no, it's all good. Dude, that's terrible. This whole mission has been terrible. Oric lost his hand. I died. Oh my goodness.
Big
And
Boss died, the group mascot.
Yeah.
and we
Oh,
we did
sad.
it for the kindness of our own heart because those fucking tribes people fucked their security up.
I just imagine what you think of it like this. Imagine if the auntie had enough teeth of Dendar, you would have died regardless. But then
Yeah.
again. Now, granted that this one teeth is not enough to revive Dendar because you have no idea how many they already have, but it is one step closer to completion.
I guess that's something we'd have to figure out. I was gonna say, does it work like a magic item? Like, is it by itself something, or
That would be with it identify.
Lunch is gonna
I
feed
gotcha.
it. Lunch is gonna feed it to Igor.
Alright. Well, the thing is bigger than Igor, just not as heavy. That was that. And then, alright. There you go. And then Oric. There you go. Bosk, death save.
Not 20. Come on, big boy.
here we go.
On. Ooh.
Whoa!
Don't worry, he'll revive. I'll get all successes, and he'll just be alive in the cave because he'll somehow not get hit by anything.
Is that one fail or two fails if he gets hit by a rock?
One.
It's just one.
Okay.
And then Terrell, your turn.
Yeah, I don't have anything left. I'll just dash. That's 2, 4, 6. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
So, Terrell, as you see the exit,
Mhm.
you see that it's behind a waterfall with green water falling downwards as Daimyo points at it with a facepalm.
That's not good. Okay. Is there any way past the waterfall except through it?
Not that you see currently.
Ugh,
To figure
okay.
it out is an action.
Yeah, I'll do that next turn.
Alright, rocks. This time it's the D12 again. 1. So what happens is...
Donk.
Hold on, let me. Do I have to make a? Oh no, that's not until later. The rocks are going now. Okay, damn, never mind.
What happens is that you fail one death save because the rocks fall into the water and then another splash of poison comes.
Okay, gotcha. One failed.
Alright. Cash, your turn.
Just straight bolting out of here. So 60 feet from my position. There. Ain't got nothing else. I'm good to go. That's me.
Alright. And it's Daimyo. And Daimyo goes towards the waterfall, stands in the water, because he's immune to poison, and tries to climb upwards in the waterfall. Succeeds, and leaves and then hangs above the waterfall, leaving a very tiny opening. If you're very careful, you could go through it without getting hit by the waterfall.
You fucker.
He's helping.
Yeah.
No, you, Yannick.
Launch. Well, Launch gets to here with a dash, and that is the end of his turn. Standing right next to the waterfall. Then Oric gets to here. Bosk, death save.
All right, here we go. Another death save.
That's
Another success.
Then Terrell, your turn.
Okay, I'll.
You could go through it with an acrobatics check if you want to,
Mhm.
with what Daimyo does, or you could try and look for a different solution.
So the acrobatics check would be an action. Is that
Mhm.
correct? Come on.
And you'll go through regardless. Only if you
Yeah.
fail it, then
Yeah.
you'll get hit by poisonous water.
Mhm. Okay, I'll try it. So acrobatics, you said?
Mhm.
Okay, still the better one.
Yeah, you're fine. You're safe.
And
Cheer for a reference.
oh gosh, it still goes on.
No, you're safe. So officially no TPK unless Taral decides to go back in. And we're at the rock's turn again.
It
Start
could
with the D10.
it could still catch me, right?
I don't know.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, Bosk. This is a bad one.
Well, got luck, fellas. Oh my god, it's a massive rock.
Ceiling came down.
Good god, that's
So
rock
yeah,
is
that's
like oof.
a rock fell on top on Bosk. That's one death save failure. And the water tide also rises into the water, and that's poison damage, so that's another death save failure.
That'll do it. That's
So
3
Bosk is
failures.
dead.
God, he got
But because the entire room is flooded, the water is now also coursing through towards
corridor.
Cash
you
and
fucker.
towards everyone still in the hallway, because this water is now also in the hallway, as you all take 8 poison damage, or half if you have resistance.
I can't have that.
I don't think anyone can.
Oric is down.
Auric has poison resistance.
Oh right.
Launch is down.
Doesn't Launch also have poison resistance due to being a Warforged?
No, because he is a custom lineage.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. My bad. I'm dead. I should have thought. Well.
So Cash, you start your turn in poison. So I'll allow you one action to try and figure out how to avoid the poison that's on the ground. And if you fail it, then you get the damage again.
Well, I still have a darkness and then the tooth on my hand. I just want to do a double stab to just jump off the water and cling to the wall.
Alright. With that, you can make an athletics check with advantage. You succeed. You do not get any poison damage.
Was it knee high, ankle high?
It's about your knees.
Okay. Oh, it's still my turn.
Still have movement.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's like athletics to shimmy through the wall, or
You already did that, so now it's just half movement going through the wall.
okay. Why am I looking at my spells? I have nothing left of my spells. Does it look like the poisonous water is still gonna pump and get higher?
Yeah. Definitely.
I'll try to do my movement, but slowly ascending. Well, so just move my 15 feet, and action another 15, just slowly getting higher and higher.
Alright. Yes. Climbing is half movement though, just so you know.
Yeah.
You already used your action to avoid the poison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that would be me there.
Alright. That's Daimyo, who will continue what he's doing there. Then it's launch, death save.
Does he just follow the current out and get hit by the waterfall?
Oh no, you're right. He automatically fails one. And then the death save. Well, it's not really a very strong current. Bless does not count for that, so he has 2 death save failures. And that is then the end of Launch's turn. Auric. Auric is going to take the poison damage. Oh, that's a bad call, because now he's down.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Auric.
As he falls down. Like, officially what my idea was that he was going to try and use his action to go through the waterfall and then go down. Or then survive it, hopefully. But he went down. Bosk is dead, so I'll remove him from the initiative. Terrell, do you want to do anything?
Launches.
You're completely safe, but you can see Auric and Launch both unconscious in the poisonous water.
Launches directly by the waterfall.
Yes. But then you'd have to move through the waterfall where he is currently now to grab Launch.
Oof.
Man, this is rough. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. You could technically leave Launch. Because he won't actually die.
Yeah, I mean, this is extremely meta now.
Yeah.
I know that's super meta, but dire circumstance.
Yeah.
I'll put it on like left him to die. They'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I check above the so as the waterfall is coming down, is there some kind of loose rocks that I could lodge off with an Eldritch Blast so that it blocks the flow of the waterfall?
You could do that with either a perception check or a investigation check as an action to look for it.
Because I'm no use if I'm also down. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let me see what perception or investigation you said? Yeah, both are the same for me. Investigation and where's perception? There's perception. Oh, perception is better.
You look at it and you have no idea how to help.
Yeah. That's it then.
Alright. Then rocks again. This time it's a D. What did I roll previous? Let's see.
10.
Yeah, D10. Where is that die?
Roll a d4.
I have to do it in order. I have to do it in an order. It's like I go from D20 to D12 to D10 to D8 to D6 to D4, and then I go back to D6. So I think it's D10. So that'd be D8 this round. 6. Those are 2 covered. So in the back something falls, and as the rocks fall and you hear it cash, poison comes through, and that means a death save failure for Auric and for Launch, which means Launch is dead. And Auric has 1 failure. So I'll remove Launch from the initiative, and then Cash, your turn.
Is there any like ledge or outcrop that looks like it's sort of safe to just sit down for 2 seconds?
Well, you're safe right now. By the way.
Okay,
You could
okay.
go. You could balance a little bit. So you're already safe here with like the 2 daggers into the rock.
What I'll do is I'll take. Is the bear pelt too much to just whip out of my bag? Bear pelt coat?
Oh, object interaction. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, because I just want to use that and just have the dagger wrapped in it, so I'll just drop it, so hopefully it'll just float down. I'll just do that and drop the dagger, the tooth with that's wrapped in the bear pelt. Hopefully
It slowly floats down because the current isn't that strong.
God.
So what you wanted to happen happens. It's just not that fast.
Yeah, because Cash thinks he's immortal, but this is not good. And I'll continue just moving another 15 down. I think that was 15, yeah.
Yeah, still, if you want to, you can still dash.
Oh, you're correct. Action dash. God, yeah, that's me.
Alright. Well, Daimyo is still up there doing what he's doing. So then it's Auric who fails a death save from poison, and then now a actual death save, which he succeeds at. Terrell.
How far in is the bear pelt?
I'd say it'd be. I'd say because it's very slowly, is at the exact same position that Cash is now.
I'll just draw a circle.
So that's unfortunately I don't see it.
Oh.
So more than 30 feet away.
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay, but it's more than 30 feet away.
45 feet from the entrance. So depending on where you stand outside of the waterfall, you can definitely still see it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably like from your position 50 feet or 60 feet.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll wait for it then. Because I could drag it along maybe with the mage hands, but it's still too far away.
That'd be easy. Now this time it's a D6. 6.
Ooh.
Another rock falls. And with that, Auric dies.
Fucking old man.
Alright, then Cash, your turn.
I'll take out another blade just to make it easier for myself, and I'll just move, action dash, move. Oh, it is. Yeah, I was double fucking cutting. Nah, is that right? I might. So that's 10, 20, 30.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. God, math is out the window.
You can dash again.
Oh God, what is this hell?
You're almost at the exit.
Oh God. That's me.
Alright, Naimyo does the same. Terrell, your turn.
Yeah. How far away is the bear pelt now?
It's... let me check. Your position. It's 15 feet from the waterfall, so... between 20 and 30 feet.
That's perfectly fine. Mage hand has 30 feet of range. So I use it to pull the tooth in.
Alright, no problems. You got the tooth.
Do I see the mage hand come in? I'm like, oh, thanks, sir. He's not going for me, that son of a...
Not that the mage hand can
not...
do that much, but...
Yeah, I know. It's more of the mental game for Cash.
Yeah. It's not strong enough.
Alright, and then it's Rock's time. This time it's a D4. 4.
Seriously. 2 max rolls.
Be happy that it happens on the weaker ones.
Yeah.
So Cash, the water tide is now about I will say about 5 feet high. So now it's pretty high with all the water that's in here. So you're still safe, but if this keeps going on, then there is no avoiding the water anymore. There's still a waterfall to account for.
Ash doesn't know that.
Cash, your turn.
I get to the edge. Do I see this waterfall now?
Yes. You
Wow.
can also see the opening where you could have already seen it where you are. You also see the opening where Daimyo is keeping it open for you.
What the fuck is this hell? I'll have to use an action to dash or to move through. So I think I'm gypped. I think I don't.
Yes.
I can't. Yeah, I can't do anything right now, right?
I don't think so either.
I'll just use an action to just prepare myself for whatever the fuck I'm doing.
Alright. Then Daimyo continues on holding the little opening. Then Terrell, your turn.
Yeah, I have nothing.
Could potentially do a help action, but I don't know if it would actually help with your modifier.
Yeah, probably not.
Alright, then come the rocks again. Alright, now it's a D6 again. And they're coming close. Alright. The water tide is now raised up to 7 feet. Cash, your turn.
So if I can aim for that opening,
Yeah, so with
Daimyo.
with an acrobatics check, and you aim for an opening there, then you successfully escape this this area.
Yeah, I'll do that. Do you know when you're at the edge of a pool and you use both feet to just push yourself off? I'll just do that. Push off with all both arms, both legs, and the blades. And just for added flourish.
Success. You are safe.
Land on my back. Oh god.
Daimyo sees the last thing of that. Also goes out, and then this combat is over. Want me to give you a new sheet, Branson?
Sure.
Alright.
I use prestidigitation to clean up the bear pelt, so Cash can actually get it back.
I'm just on my back staring at this guy. What the fuck?
Seriously.
Fuck this island!
Seriously.
Alright.
I gave you a new sheet. Give me a sec to link the rules for thingamajigs. And you know how to craft it, because you get to reroll stats, for example, a bit.
I gotcha.
Leave it. Oh. That rule doesn't really matter.
Gonna go to the toilet and take this as a breather because that was
Yeah,
intense.
no problem. I
That was
completely understand.
fucking
Hell,
intense as
here's
shit.
the worst thing is, the day isn't even over yet. 'Cause
I know!
I could roll for another random encounter.
While we are going back to the village?
It's pretty close, I remember.
There you go. I put it in the Discord channel.
Thank you.
Be right back.
So your legacy character, when creating it, all ones on rolling for your stats. If you roll for your stats, get re-rolled. And the hit points you roll for, you take average. If you roll lower than average, you take average. But that's only for when creating. Like, you still have to normally roll for hit points when you level up with
Gotcha.
all the other things. So let's say if you're level 19, your character dies, and you take a legacy character of level 16 for it, then you get a lot.
Right. Ooh. Dang. So what level would I make this person at?
Level 2. And then if
Gotcha.
you roll your first natural 20, you level up. Your first killing blow, you level up, and then your how do you call it? Your first
Heroic action.
heroic action.
I'll send you stuff here in a bit. Like, I guess that's what I'll do for the rest of the session, is just type stuff out.
Let's see if the rest of the party even survives the rest.
So first thing we definitely do is go back to the village and do a long rest, because we're both out of everything.
Back.
And it was already evening when we came here.
Thank God.
So yeah, you guys come back to the village. Daimyo explains everything to the villagers in his language. And I assume you guys want to attempt to go to your hut and take a long rest.
Yes.
Alright.
I just give every tribal person here the look of disdain and anger.
And Launch and Auric will come back later. They might be resurrected by some unknown entity that finds their bodies later on or something. I don't know. Let's see. Well then, first off, we are going to roll to see if another random encounter triggers today.
Well,
So,
I do have the tiny hut, and if anything happens, we're not leaving this hut.
alright. You cast that. So, D4, 1, 2 is a yes, another random encounter. 3, 4 is no random encounter. No random encounter. Then, so day 4 is completed successfully. Now, the next part.
One question. So one, we got a long rest. Do we have to roll for the?
Yeah, that's the next part where where you have to
Okay, if I roll bad, this will be
Constitution save, DC 13. to see if you even get a successful long rest.
Yes.
Yes. Both get a successful long rest.
Who would have thunk it, Terrell?
Yeah.
We were the survivors.
Yeah. Okay, I, hand feet try to, and with drawings in the sand, I try to ask the villagers if they have any kind of weatherproof clothing or umbrellas or something. Because every few days we are having poison rain, so
They don't understand what you mean.
Hmm.
Because they do not speak your language.
Yeah.
Before you prestidigitation the
Mhm.
bear pelt, did it
Alright.
look like poison came through the pelt of the belt jacket thing?
Well, since
What?
it was floating through the water, you have no idea.
You could try making an umbrella out of it.
Definitely can try that.
I'll try to instruct these villagers. I'll just draw them crudely drawn with the bear pelt, so it's gonna be like this. I'm like, huh? Yeah? This?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. They nod. And they bring some sticks out. And help you out. Ah, that's a good roll. You have to re-roll anything?
Hmm?
I put the macro into reroll ones.
Alright, yeah. That's a good roll. Lowest is an 11.
Spoilers.
Alright. Then let's see. So they will attempt to help you with that. And they succeed in making an umbrella.
Just change it on my sheet as a bear pelt umbrella.
Alright. Although they've constructed what looks like an umbrella, you're not sure yet if it actually works.
At least it's stylish.
That definitely is, with like the bear head on one side, the claws on the side.
I still give them dirty looks.
I'll give them my bear pelt too, so they can fashion one as
And
well.
now only one owner of the farm.
Well, if you remember, I did put in my will
Mm-hmm.
that said that all my properties and possessions would go to a relative of mine, which is this person.
Yes.
So hopefully it'll go to him.
You
I don't know how
fucker.
laws
If
work, but
you want to, by the way, with the character creation, you could. I don't know how many languages you know, because you'll know Arcadian Common, you'll know maybe Dwarfish, or if you can choose a language, you're allowed to choose Yunkayan if you want to.
I don't know what that is.
Yunkayan basically means that you can talk to everyone here.
Oh, cool. We'll see.
But I don't know what type of backstory you have, so I would say only do it if you have a backstory where it actually makes sense.
For sure.
Alright. So you have the umbrella and everything. And later, like in the morning, both Cash or both Launch and Auric show up again. Say like, we don't feel so good anymore. We're gonna take the rear guard.
It's a small wonder that they are here at all.
Who the fuck are you?
I switch on my Eldritch sight just to check that they are not somehow magic conjurations or, just UMT in disguise or whatever?
It's definitely them.
Okay.
Do you guys have an identify, by the way, if you wanted to identify the tooth?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that.
Alright. So, the tooth can be used for different purposes, because it has multiple purposes. You could do a blood ritual with it to turn yourself into a Yanti and gain some Yanti abilities, but then also then you're a Yanti. So
Yeah.
do with it that which you will. You'd become a pure blood.
Would you lose your like racial benefits and
No,
stuff?
you'd keep all your racial benefits, but you would also gain the Yanti benefits.
Sick.
But there are other consequences, like being connected to the spirit of Dendar or other Yanti and stuff like that.
For sure, for sure.
It can also be used as spell components worth up to 2,000 gold, but it does not. It is not. It can be used for it 5 times before it is consumed. So, for example, you could use the tooth to do revivify 5 times with it and not spend a diamonds on it.
So what happens to it? Does it just becomes inert for a bit, or?
If 5 times is used, then it is completely destroyed.
Oh, okay.
That's fine with us, actually.
Evil thing.
So that's about, and it can also be used for, of course, the ritual to resurrect Dendar. And it can also still be used for other different magical rituals as a property. It can even be used to craft to expend the spell cost to craft a very rare item. So then it would only take the time and the skill check.
Okay.
If you find a magic forge.
But you can't really use it as a spell focus.
No, that not. But one because it's actually pretty big still,
Mhm.
and the other because how do you call it? Where is it? The other reason is because well, it counts as a consumable for spells.
Okay. Sweet.
Alright. So now we're on day 5. Let's see if there's any random encounters today.
Oh, just me and you, Terrell,
Yeah.
against the world. I'll hit the 3 of us with aid at noon.
Alright, let's see then. 1, 2 is a random encounter. No, so day 5 goes off without any problems. So then I'll roll the saves for launch to see if he gets a proper long rest as well. Yeah. Alright, now for day 6, let's see if anything happens. Yes. So let's see at what time of day 6. Where is it? No, that's wrong. So
Midnight.
no. You you do your yeah. So it happens exactly when day 7 starts. So when
Mhm.
the dome disappears, then the random encounter starts.
Fuck.
So you've just had a successful long rest, or it doesn't even matter because you didn't use anything. But like the moment your dome disappears, then a random encounter starts.
So they were waiting for us.
Or maybe it's just a coincidence. And give me a sec to adjust this encounter. So the encounters were all prepared for 5 players. But, well, 2 of them aren't there. So I'll adapt the encounter to 3 players. But boss died. So I'm not gonna nerf it for that.
Rub it in, won't
So
you?
it is tuned towards 3
3 people.
players, but you're with the 2 of you.
Let's go. Just give Branson a tribal warrior.
I'm making this character right
I
now.
can give you Daimyo if you want to, Branson.
No.
He's busy. He's busy.
No, I want to make my new character. So, what you guys hear the moment your dome is gone is, and you're in the middle of the jungle.
Okay.
Oh. I mean,
As they all shout in that T-Rex voice, like, "Roar!" Can't imitate it because it's a lion and an elephant combined. And you see Daimyo stand on one leg, and it's time to roll initiative.
Fucking trying to kill us today.
ooh, perfect time.
69. And do we have like our chainmail on or?
Yeah, I'd say you'd have all your equipment on.
Fair.
Oh, forgot Daimyo. Oh, where is this? So, Daimyo is going on one leg, which means go. And he will, what will he do? He will use his bonus action to cast Sanctuary on himself. And then he will risk an opportunity attack and try and run away. See, the T-Rex will try and bite him. Oh.
Did the T-Rex do the save?
Oh, wait, yeah, my
Yeah.
bad, yeah. Made it.
Ooh.
Goodbye, Daimyo.
Daimyo's on 0 hit point.
Oh god.
And in the mouth of the T-Rex. But the T-Rex does have to make a con save. The T-Rex is poisoned.
Yuck.
And goes blah! Spits out Daimyo right next to you guys. So I'll tell you guys how this basically works. Is you see those cubes on the map. Those are basically if the T-Rex are right next to you, then they can attack you. Else they have to advance cubes. So now it's the T-Rex's turn, and it can either go for Cash or Terrell. You know what? I'm going to be generous here, and I'm going to remove one T-Rex, because 3 versus 1 T-Rex is still a hard fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was supposed to be 3 T-Rexes, and you'd run away. But the thing was, then you'd be standing on a further square, and And you guys basically had the worst starting area with directly when the dome disappears. That's why you're on this square here. So this T-Rex is poisoned, and will now try and either bite Cash or Terrell. 1-2 on Terrell, 3-4 on Cash. Goes for Cash. Tries to bite him. Hits for 30 damage.
I will reduce that by half to 15.
Alright, and you have to... and you're grappled by him. Then with his tail, he goes for Terrell. 28 will hit for 22 damage.
This will be a short fight.
You have the support and the healer. Oh god!
Alright. Cash, your turn.
Is there any way I can hit this guy with a hypnotic pattern without me in the...
Oh yeah, definitely.
For sure, I'll hit that. Cling my blades together.
Alright, I did the constitution save for the poison on Daimyo.
Okay. DC 14. Is that... Wisdom save.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, you got him. You do fall out of the mouth of the T-Rex, so you take 2d6 falling damage. Taking 9 damage and a concentration check.
Can I reduce that by half? Because it's my turn again?
Sure.
So I'll take, what's that?
4.
4. Watch it drop.
You're back here.
Terrell, don't fucking hit it. Just fucking run and I'll get Damyo out and get the fuck out of here.
Alright. Give me a sec to count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. You can easily escape the T-Rex off of this map. So you'd have to, if you want to heal Daimyo at least, you can heal Daimyo.
Cash is crying inside.
Yeah. I can take care of Daimyo.
Okay.
Just go.
Yeah, I go because I don't have I can't cast a bonus.
Alright, yeah, I know you made it. If you don't if you decide to not attack the T-Rex, you're safe. So Daimyo's healed up. Can you roll a dice to heal him? Because I could roll another random encounter for today.
Yeah. For now, I just roll 1d6 to get him up.
Alright.
That's 5. And then I'll also use the Prayer of Healing, because we all need it.
Damn, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's juicy.
Back to full HP?
Oh, I'm overhealed. Let me go back. The rear guard just walked past a T-Rex that's tripping balls.
Yeah. Alright, this combat is over. Lucky you guys.
Yeah.
I only have one more of those.
Let's see if another... Well, I can promise you that the next encounter is not a T-Rex.
It's 2!
Yeah.
Alright. So, 1-2. Nope. Day 7 goes off without a hitch further on. So, that is Constitution saves, DC
Alright.
13 to see if you get your spells and abilities back.
Con. Hey.
Good. You good. So now for day 8. I'll roll for it.
I'll do a level 3 aid on the 3 of us at noon.
So day 8 goes off without any problems as well. So now we're on day 9. Also no problems. Day 10. Yes, day 10 is another random encounter.
Yeah, at noon, double 3 8.
Let's see on which moment of the day it is. So 1 hour into the traveling.
No aid.
No aid.
But I do get my spells back.
Mm-hmm. So, Daimyo and you guys come towards a cliff. And Daimyo like looks upwards towards the cliff and stands on one leg and points at the cliff.
Cash, do you still have a flying potion?
I do not.
Okay, in that case, I do have a scroll of flight
Ooh.
that I can cast, and if I remember correctly, fly is.
Terrell, we're very athletic. We could probably climb this.
I have bad memories with climbing walls.
Fair,
Certainly here.
Yeah.
Daimyo just starts looking at the cliff upwards very carefully.
Mm.
And he will attempt to climb. And he fails.
So,
He falls down. Takes 6 damage. He will use a spell to heal himself.
Is there any way I can use a survival to look, see if there's any way Damio can follow a track to get up safer?
Yeah, go ahead.
That one.
Well, you see that Daimyo did the right choice. He just made a mistake. He was grabbing the purple moss to climb. He just misgrabbed because he's a bit short.
Classic Damio.
So he actually had a very easy check compared to not grabbing the purple moss. He just had bad luck. So he'll attempt again.
actually, so can I cast the flight spell on you?
Sure.
Okay, then I'll do that, and I use my own flying ability to fly up. Do you have a rope?
I do, but we can.
We can give. Yeah, no, we can give one end to Daimyo and to hold on to or bind it to him, and then we can lift him up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, because I was about to grab him. I was like, oh, poisonous frog boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Busting out all the flight.
I'd say that if you use those 2 abilities, then you'd easily make it, no problems.
Do we even need to do both flying?
It depends on you guys' strength score.
Okay, yeah, use both flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a strength score 10, yeah, you both need to fly.
Yeah.
Because I think Terrell is even lower than 10, right?
Nope. Then.
Ah, yeah, both 10. Yeah, you need. So up here, you come across some strange altar with all sorts of dolls on it.
Are the dolls themselves magic?
Yes. What type of magic? I don't know.
The creepy shit kind. I'll take this opportunity to cast aid on the 3 of us at level 3. So we 10.
Alright.
So 10 temporary?
Max. Hit point max. Just remember to take away 10 after it's gone.
The best
Oh,
thing is
right,
to
right,
do
right,
is
right.
to write it down. You have your hit point maximum and do then plus 10 right next to it.
Okay.
Then it automatically modifies it to your new hit point maximum. So for you it would be 43, and it's very easy to spot that you have that extra.
Ah, okay, like this. Okay.
There we go.
No, I think you did it wrong. Your normal is 33, right? I'll change it on your sheet and then you'll
Oh,
see how to do it.
37, I think.
I'm telling Terrell.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, okay.
I did actually do it as okay, whatever.
Like this. Can you see it
Ah,
now?
okay.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what
yeah.
you have to write. This way you can
Mhm.
easily spot it like, oh yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, because I put it in at the as the current hit points and it auto updated. Yep. Okay. Got it.
Alright.
'Cause we need all the help.
Mhm.
This is some creepy shit. Is this a ritual? Do you know if this is a ritual, Terrell?
It looks like some sort of altar.
Mhm. Yeah, it does. Can I make a religion check to see if I come up with anything?
Sure.
And I'll do Arcana.
Yes, but you would get different results on both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Terrell has no idea.
Same.
Yeah, it's magic. That's about it. This is old magic.
Classic old magic. I look at Damio and kind of point and kind of just face palm or rub belly.
Daimyo looks at it. He does
I don't
both. He rubs belly and face palms at the same time.
Do
Okay.
you want to rock paper scissors this and see who gets the fuck with it, Terrell?
I mean, it's probably kind of a mixed blessing or something like that.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Let me try something. I want to mind sliver one of the dolls.
Oh no!
Hey, if it's not alive in any capacity, then nothing will happen.
I'll hit him with a bardic inspiration.
I'll click Mind Sliver real quick for the description. Nothing happens because the doll isn't a creature.
Mm-hmm. You know, it was similar than what I did with the scarecrows.
Terrell, since I gave you the inspiration, go check it out.
You know what? I levitate one of the dolls off with Mage Hand.
Alright, as you do that, you hear a voice in your head. What you be doing with my Altamon? Suddenly a Spectral Turtle appears. Looks like this.
Do the others see it as well?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Daimyo starts getting on all four and like bowing towards it.
Oh, excuse me for our transgression.
Are we bowing?
I do.
Oh, okay, I bow.
No, don't be doing that, man. That be very inappropriate. I don't like that thing.
Oh, okay, good. I stand up immediately.
Daimyo stands up as well. You hear his voice. You don't see his mouth moving, but you hear his voice in your head.
I put the doll back.
Yada, thank you very much. But why you guys be here? I am Bonswandi, by the way.
Nice to meet you. I'm Cash.
I'm
Hello,
Terrell.
Cash. Hello, Terrell. Hello, Damio.
We are looking for a way off the island, actually.
Ah, and you'll be heading to Nefertatu.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Ooh. And you should watch out, points at Cash. The Archduke would really like you in his collection. Would be a great gift towards the Nightmare King.
And I trust that you won't be feeding information that I am here.
Nah, mon, it's much more funny to see this not happening. And Bonswandi doesn't like the Archduke either.
Oh, that's good to know.
Before
How
the,
much?
Go ahead.
How much do you hate him?
Oh, well, before the Archduke and the Fae came here on orders of the Nightmare King, we Loa, Bonswandi as well, was in charge of the island. Now we have now we have Faye ruling our island, and we have the we have Yanti crossing on it, and many more other creatures making deals with the Fae of the Nightmare Court. But we are supposed to be in charge. So and me and the other Loa hate them very much.
Is there anything we might be able to help you?
Well, you could kill the Archduke if you wanted to.
I'm not sure that we have that kind of strength at our disposal.
As you can see, we are quite dispersed right now. 3 members are missing at the moment.
Well, you don't have to do it today, right?
Yes, but my offer was thinking, is there anything you could do to help us, to persuade us to do this thing? Because our plan right now is to get off the island.
Oh. How be you planning that? With a boat, right, I assume? Or are you guys good swimmers?
Yes, with a boat.
Hopefully with the boat. We've already done a few things to help us get past everything.
Hmm. How about a plan and help in succeeding that plan?
Somebody just should have said that crossbow. Uh,
Straight out of nowhere.
what what are you suggesting?
Well, the Archduke is vain and arrogant. When you're on a boat, or when you're leaving this island, you could reveal yourself from far away, and then he would use his flying units and come himself to stop you because he does not have enough creatures that can fly. He can fly, but the fat robber isn't a very fast flyer, and he doesn't have many men that can fly, just a couple of wyverns and the riders. When you could fight him on your boat, kill him there, and Bonjwandi can give you some tools to make it easier.
Well, since he would be coming after us anyway, any help would be appreciated.
But
And you
Bonjwandi can only help if we make pacts.
Oh, you're speaking my language. I love packs.
You'll
Oh,
have to make a proper heart promise on your life, and then Bonjwandi can help. You have to pledge to not leave the island until the Archbaron is dead. And then Bonjwandi can help you kill the Archbaron.
definitely sounds interesting. But just a question, just a little off the topic. You said add me to the collection. How many does he have of my kind?
Bonswandi would not know, but not enough to buy his favor back with the Nightmare King. That's for sure. Maybe he need couple of more.
Do you know if they're alive or dead?
Ooh, that essence is the body is dead, but the Fey essence might still be there with them.
Draw. I'm for killing the king, just because.
The Archbaron, you would stand
Yeah.
no chance against the Nightmare King.
Yes, of course, of course. I stand with kill because if we get on that boat and we don't have help, we will get swarmed.
What?
Yeah.
You don't know. If you don't say anything, maybe the Fat Glober won't even notice you leaving.
You.
Bonswandi is fair.
Well, if we get followed,
If you found an actual competent Archduke, he would have already found you in this area. It is
True.
impossible that you have been crossing this jungle for at least several days from the beach, as Bonswandi's altar is many days from the beach. Any competent Archduke would have found you, but this one is a fat globber.
well, since this Archduke seems to have it out for you specifically, I'll leave it up to you.
Currently, he wouldn't even he doesn't even know that you're on this island.
Yeah.
So that the question is, and the thing is, like, with Bonswandi's pan, you would reveal yourself just at a moment where it would might be beneficial to you. You don't know that.
Because I'm thinking once we get to Nibutatu, for sure because of Cash's shenanigans, he will be found out.
You
It
think so?
seems, yeah, because it seems most people just recognize him, even if he's trying to look different. It's hard to make your fucking mineral head, uh, you know, unnoticeable.
Well,
And
I noticed you not because of your mineral head, but because of your essence.
that's true.
Any smart fee or any smart lure would recognize you immediately. But there are many incompetents around Nefertatu when it comes to this. The lazy bastard got his essence rubbed off on them. That's why the Nightmare King kicked him out.
My vote says Terrell, but it's not just my life on the line when we get on that boat, but everybody else's, even the crew. My vote is yes. Out of game.
And keep in mind that if you change your mind, it will actually get you killed because of
Yeah.
the pact with.
For
So
sure.
there's no takes
Yeah.
backsies.
Is it just my life or everybody's?
Well, basically, the people that can make the pact, because they are present, are Daimyo, Cash, and Terrell. So, if you change your mind on taunting the Archduke on your boat, then Daimyo, Cash, and Terrell all die
Yeah.
instantly. It's like a heart attack. Like, oh.
And if we do it just the kindness of our heart, Boswandi?
Then you have good friends when you come back to this island with Bonswandi!
Oh, I take it that's not jury. Okay.
Well, the thing is, you can do it without Bonswandi's help if you are confident enough. Bonswandi can only help with you if you put your life in Bonswandi's hands. Bonswandi also has rules he cannot break. Understand? If you kill him and you don't take Bonswandi's help, Bonswandi is very happy, but Bonswandi wants to help because he hates the fat blurber. But Bonswandi can only help in certain circumstances. You understand, right?
Agreed. Understood.
If Bonswandi could help you without your death line on the line, then Bonswandi would. With that said, Daimyo's gonna do an insight check.
Smart player over there.
Daimyo nods. Just rub belly.
Well, at least he's okay with it.
Points at Cash, hugs himself.
I don't know what that means, Damio. Listen, Bonswanti. Try to think of the wording. Because as the player, I always want the multi-class. But if are you able to keep an eye on me at all, Bonswanti, once we leave your area?
On this island, Bonswandi can always watch on people who have deals.
And does that include Nepotatu?
Yeah.
Only if we agree to a contract, or if, like, outside of a contract, you can track me.
Outside on contract, Bonswandi can do too, but it is hard for Bonswandi. Might not be worth the effort. If you bore Bonswandi, he will definitely lose interest in you.
We lead interesting lives.
That's something Bonswandi hopes for.
Well, Terrell, I pull out a blade. I'm not gonna kill him. I'm thinking of making this deal.
If you want to.
You could also make deal only you and your companions don't do that, but up to you. Up to them.
Consider it done then. I cut my hand open just to make this deal.
Alrighty. Handshake on it.
Handshake it is.
Here you go. Half my short sword.
Oh, another one.
This one disappears after you use it properly.
Oh.
So, you, with this sword short, you point it at your enemy, and all damage done on that enemy for the next minute is doubled. You can only use it once. Also, other alternative effect of the sword short is if you have it on you die, you are immediately resurrected and completely rested up and completely healed up, and all your stuff is back. But then the sword short disappears as well.
Pardon me? What?
Yeah? That be Bonswandi's power. Peace out, as he disappears. So yeah, you basically are handed a single time reset from death, or you are handed a double damage blade.
Oh, I gotta choose?
Yeah, well, no, it can do both, but can only do one of them at a time. So if you die before the actual encounter with the Archduke is, then you would not have the double damage on the Archduke.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll get a copy of it after the session.
Yeah, I'll also put it in the logs.
At least you didn't put your life on the line, Terrell. We're good to go.
And if you change your mind about killing the Archbaron and leave the island, you instantly die.
And that it can be because I love multi choices. I'm not multiclassing. I'm not saying I will be multiclassing, but that's an avenue I can choose.
You could technically be you could multi-class into cleric or warlock.
Oh.
And have Bonswandi as your patron.
Hell yeah.
And if you're a cleric, it would either be a life cleric because all patrons can be life clerics, or it would be a death cleric.
Okay, I love having open-ended options. I like this.
Alright.
Oh, would that be attuned as well?
No. You only have to have the short sword on you, basically.
Perfect.
And it's only a short sword because I want more short swords.
And if I choose Warlock, it will be Hexblade with a short sword.
Yeah.
I wonder if both Branson's gonna use short swords in this new character.
You know, I was thinking about that. I was thinking that maybe I'll just make a straight short sword only character, so that way we have all these options. Yeah. But I'm like, oof. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I kind of have the idea of what I want this person to do, because I'm writing the backstory stuff right now on the sheet, and I'm just like, he could use a short sword, although it's like the complete opposite of what he does.
I'll introduce your character when we're in Nefertatu, because that's a port city.
Gotcha.
And they're only 3 days away from it. So let's see if I assume you're not going to keep bothering Bonswandi, right?
No.
You continue walking.
I'll give him an offering. I'll give him the 10 gold piece count ring. So ring I got from a count.
Yes.
I don't know.
You could leave him a few electrum pieces.
Unlike Branson, I don't mind Electrum.
Alright, then a D4 for seeing if there's another encounter today. Yes, there is another encounter today.
This was during the first hour, correct?
Sorry?
Yep. This was after 1 hour of...
Probably.
Do you want... I think I've finished writing the backstory for now. Do you want me to just send it to you, or leave it on the sheet?
You can leave it on the sheet. I'll copy paste it.
Do I just copy paste what Bosek has currently onto what he has?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Don't worry.
This next random encounter triggers while you are in the dome. And I'm gonna see.
Would it be after or during the 8 hours of aid? I think it's after,
yeah,
right?
it's after, so 8 is gone.
Okay, guys, reset.
I am not sure how that would work with this random encounter because of the Lenneman's tiny hut. I'm gonna say what you can see is that a crocodile, one of those giant crocodiles, bumps into the hut a couple of times but can't enter, and loses interest after a while and goes away.
Ah.
So let's see if another one happens today after 17 hours. Let's see. Yes.
Eventful day.
Yeah, lots happens today. Let's see that we.
Should I roll the con save? Because I do have that 8 spell.
Yes.
I need to get back. That's a nope.
Alright. So, also, while you guys are in the dome, you see a T-Rex and a giant ape fighting each other. And you then see a human man go, "Ah!" using purple lianes to swing around and basically roundhouse dropkick the T-Rex, working together with the giant ape. And they beat up the T-Rex, and then lose interest and disappear.
Whoa.
So they go away again.
Fuck. I didn't get the popcorn ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see like an entire fight between 2 versus 1.
Here, Terrell, make it 3v1. Shoot some Eldritch Blast out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the problem is if you do that, then the dome disappears.
Yeah. I can't shoot through the dome.
It's only me who have to stay in the dome.
No, like if he leaves, then if you attack from the dome or do harmful effects from the dome, from inside the dome disappears.
Oh, Terrell, just leave the dome and then
Yeah.
jump in there, will you?
I can use half my movement to go out, shoot, and then half my movement back to go in.
That's a bad idea. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Alright, then see if another one happens today. No. So, day 10 completed. 2 more days to go.
Oh,
Let me make a con save then as well, because I
Same.
used my flight, but I don't get it back.
I will do it from. Oh, do I have to roll again? Is this another
No,
day?
that was still the
No,
Oh, same day, same day.
same day.
same day. Alright, so now for day 11. Yes, another random encounter. Let's see how much time we have left. Yeah, we still have 1 hour and 20 minutes. Let's see how late this random encounter happened. Yeah, that would be with you guys' aids on.
Okay,
If you do another 8.
Yeah, I'm only doing level 2 because I didn't get my 3rd back.
So that's 5 HP.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. This will be a combat, so I have to adjust it.
Oh, great.
What would be appropriate for 3 characters? Plus Daimyo. Let's see how.
Damio better level up after this.
Mhm.
After we leave, obviously.
He becomes head priest of his village.
Hell yeah.
Probably already was. Yeah, that one. prepare for 3 characters. So
Once one, the
lights
attacks us.
lights come towards you guys.
Oh god.
Lights. Oh yeah, it's evening.
Roll initiative.
Oh god.
Willow.
+9.
Dang, Tarzan.
Oh, we're fucked.
It was supposed to be 7. Alright. The first will-o-wisp flies towards or hovers towards Terrell at a large speed. It will try and shock him.
Electric.
Yes.
13,
it would be a miss, I assume.
miss. Yeah.
Then the next will-o-wisp goes also towards Terrell. Shock. 19.
Is it?
For 4 lightning damage.
Ow.
Then the next will-o-wisp will go towards Cash. Shock. 23.
Wow.
For 8 lightning damage. Then the next will-o-wisp will go towards Daimyo. Do a shock on him. That'll hit for 7 damage. Alright, then Terrell, your turn.
I want to make a step back and get an opportunity attack from this willow.
Alright. 16.
Nope. And then I use a shatter on
I think you can hit 3 of
this.
them.
Yeah,
Look at it.
this area.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Constitution save. Failed it.
4d8 and I roll 9.
Made it. Made it. And then you discover that they have resistance to thunder damage. So 9
Yikes.
becomes a 4 for the one, 4 for the one that failed it. And for the
2
other
for
2
the others.
becomes 2.
Yay. Yeah, don't want to use my my bonus action stuff right now, so that's it.
Alright, then it's Daimyo's turn. He might hopefully do something useful. Channel Divinity. Turn undead.
Oh.
That hits all the will-o-wisps. And they have to make a DC 14 wisdom save. Because they are undead.
I don't think I've ever fought or played with a will-o-wisp before, so I'm not sure.
That one makes it. That one fails it. Makes it. Fails it. So 2 of them are now scared. Alright, then Cash, your turn.
Okay, I'll draw the Blade of Boar. Oh, that one's scared. I'll just hit it with that Blade of Boar the right in front of me. 20 for 6.
That'll hit.
Then-
It's a magical weapon, so it takes the full damage.
Hell yeah. And I'll hit Terrell with the inspiration.
Alright.
Take this D8. Tink. I end my turn.
Alright. Then in the Will-O-Wisp's turn, who will attack Terrell. 16.
Nope.
And the next Will-O-Wisp. This one dashes away from the map. Or do you want it to make an escape check?
Don't just fucking leave, please. Please leave.
And it's gone. The next one will attack you, Cash. 19
Yep.
for 9 lightning damage.
Okay.
And this one will also leave. And then it's Terrell's turn.
Okay. I'll do a Mind Sliver on the one next to me.
Alright, that's intelligence, right?
Yes.
Made it.
Meh. Should I? Nah. Yep. That's it then.
Alright, Daimyo's turn. He will walk here. Touch you both, touch himself. And then cast Bless.
Yes.
So,
Gross.
Constitution save. Cash, you good?
On.
And you're also good. No poison.
Woo!
So both of you are blessed.
Hell yeah.
Alright, then Cash, your turn.
I'll shift this way. Draw the poison should work on these balls of light. Blade of boar first. Oh, damn.
And that'll hit, doing 12 damage on him.
Yeah, poison. Let's go, poison.
That'll miss.
What? What? I'll end my turn there.
Alright. And Will-O-Wisp's turn. This one on Terrell again. 22 for 6 lightning damage.
Will hit.
And then the other one on Cash. 14, that'll be a miss.
Oh, these guys pack a punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2d8. Terrell, your turn again.
I'll do a Sacred
By the
Flame
way,
on.
Cash, you forgot your bless. Sorry, Terrell.
Ooh,
Oh yeah. Let's see if
17 is still a miss on them.
Damn it.
Okay, so I'll do a Sacred Flame on the wounded one.
Alright. 25, it made it.
Eh. Yeah, that'll be it for me.
Alright, then Daimyo's turn. He will also attempt to cast a Sacred Flame on the wounded one. Fails it, takes 1 damage.
I do 9, I fail. He does 1, he makes it.
And the Will-O-Wisp also survives it.
Yeah.
Cash, your turn.
Bree, want to see this poison work? Blade of boar.
Oh,
That's
wow,
gone.
that's cool.
Hell yeah. I want to see this poison work. Poison slash. Oh, God.
That's a miss, even if you roll a 4 on the
This poison sword is gotta go. It's never worked. That's
there's anything else you want to do?
Oh no, I'm good.
Then the Will-O-Wisp's turn, we're gonna try and bump into Terrell. 14 is a miss. Terrell, your turn.
I want to take a step back, take an attack of opportunity.
Crits
Ugh.
for 19 damage.
These things hurt.
Yeah. I'll do an Eldritch Blast. Double whammy. Nope.
That's a miss.
Nope.
That's a miss.
Seriously. And then on my bonus action, I do 2d6 on myself. Okay, that's helpful.
And then Daimyo's turn. Daimyo points at you, Terrell, and he hugs himself.
I'll. Ooh, what was that?
Help. I
What
think.
was no?
It was help.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what no was.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's coming closer to try and cast a Cure Wounds on you, just so you know.
I take a step away.
Let's see, he'd be smart enough to understand.
Yeah.
Daimyo's not stupid.
Mhm.
And he will attempt to do another Sacred Flame on the thing.
Oh,
Thing makes it.
come on.
Ash, your turn.
Maybe if I attack with a poison short sword, it will work. Nope.
Nope.
Fuck the sword.
The Blade of Boar hits for...
The spirit, the
No, you
spirit
didn't
of
have
Boar,
advantage, but it does hit for 6 extra damage.
Oh my god, this is the worst short sword. That's me.
Alright, this Will-O-Wisp will now bump into Cash. 12 is a miss.
Yep.
Terrell, your turn.
Yeah, I'll go with Sacred Flame.
You made it.
Oh
Just
god.
made it. Yeah. Nothing else.
Time you'll attempt the same thing. You made it again. Cash, your turn.
If I swing randomly, it won't know. Nope. Oh. D4.
Maybe with a bless.
Oh.
18 is still a miss.
Fuck
Oh.
you. Blade of Boar. Oh my god, this is getting worse.
Yeah.
The Blade of Boar is getting infected. 13 is a miss.
Oh my god.
And it's the Will-O-Wisp's turn. I'll attempt to shock Cash. 22 for 4 damage.
Yes, sir.
Alright, and Terrell, your turn.
Need some help, Cash?
Give it one more turn.
Okay.
I mean, give me one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do. What do I do? I'll do an Eldritch Blast. I get 2 chances at least.
You have a D8 if you want to use it.
And I have the plus
Bless.
D4. 20?
20 is a hit for 7 damage. Let's
Okay.
see, give me a sec to see if it has resistance to or anything to force.
Force.
No, it does not, so it takes the full 7 damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I use the inspiration.
Yes, sir.
D8, so that becomes 15, 21. That's a hit for 6 damage. The Thorp disperses.
What the fuck were those things?
Whatever they were, at least they're gone now.
Oh, thank god. Oh god. At this point, Tora, can you look at the sword and see if it's actually magical?
I activate my Eldritch Sight.
It's definitely magical.
It should be, yeah.
Oh my god. I start cutting leaves with it.
It cuts the leaves.
And it doesn't rust because of it, or adults. Alright, let's see if another random encounter comes today. Yes.
Can we get healed before?
Yeah,
Delete that.
Then can we do like a short rest?
Sure, you can do a short rest. If I don't roll a 1 on the random encounter, then you can take a short rest.
Okay.
Sweet. Oh, I don't have any hit dice because I didn't regain it, right?
You
Yeah,
did.
you had multiple short rests
Yeah.
before this
Okay.
thing, so I'd say you'd have your hit dice back at least. Yeah.
Don't you do your
Oh yeah.
So what happens during
9?
you can even roll for a long rest.
Hmm.
So what happens is that during the night, from the dome, you guys can see the trees around you are walking and moving.
Ooh.
And that they're clearly noticing your dome, and they're already standing ready for when the dome disappears.
Ooh.
Oh, this is not good, Terrell.
Yeah.
So I'll even, like, when the dome is going to end.
Hmm.
I'll even allow you, give me a sec to put you on the right map. I'll allow you to actually pre-cast things if you want to inside the dome.
Sweet.
Okay.
Because
Oh.
you would have a successful long rest. And you would be at the start of day 11.
Damn. Nothing back. But I do get back the short rest stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
At least you got the inspiration.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have to adapt this to 3 players.
These trees are just getting to jump us.
Hmm. And they gotta learn what a scorching ray can do.
I'll do another aid. Yeah, I'll just level 2 aid
Alright.
on the 3 of us.
You guys want to that Daimyo preemptively casts Bless on you guys?
Sure. Everything
Yeah.
helps.
You can also cast Sanctuary on all of us. That would cost him a lot.
Is that
No.
concentration?
No, Sanctuary is not concentration.
Oh, didn't know that.
So
No, we should be fine.
Alright, then he will cast Bless on the 3 of you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, con save.
Yep.
Hmm?
I love this.
Do. Okay.
Could just wait a couple of rounds. Remember that you now are blessed for the con save.
Mm-hmm.
But you could,
All right.
you could wait until how do you call it? The poison is gone, but it would
true.
just give you
Mhm.
less rounds of bless.
Okay, it's gone.
So you want to try again, Cash?
For sure.
Yeah,
We're good.
Now it's gone. That means 8 rounds of bless. So anything else you want to do preemptively? Because you know the trees are coming.
I'll just draw my swords. Poison and boar.
Alright.
Yeah. Can I do a held action when the dove disappears?
Sure.
And do the circuit of blasting on the one closest to me.
Alright. Go ahead. That'll hit.
1, 2,
Hit.
3.
That'll hit. So that's 17.
26.
26 doubled becomes
52.
Yes.
Jesus.
And then we roll initiative.
And it's still not down.
Oh no. Do you have other fire spells in there?
Nope.
Oh god.
My other Turel has, but not this one.
Oh, you have 2 Tyrells.
Yeah, in my other campaign, I have Turel as a sorcerer, and he has Firebolt. And Dragon's Breath.
Ooh, I like Dragon's Breath.
And he also has Nimbus there, and he can cast Dragon's Breath on Nimbus.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, then it's Daimyo first. Who will do a Sacred Flame on the weakened tree. And he makes it, so no damage. Then an Awakened Tree will move closer towards Daimyo. We'll try and slam it. That's a miss. Terrell, your turn.
Holy fuck, they have much damage. I'll do an Eldritch Blast on the weakened one. And hit with both.
The second one kills him.
Yay. One down, 2 to go.
Alright. Anything else you would like to do, Terrell? With your move
Nope.
or anything? Alright. Then that one is dead. Then Cash, your turn.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, I'll just... because these things hit like a truck. Move here. And as soon as the other tree is within 30 feet of this other tree, I'll cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Alright. And this tree. And it will walk closer to you guys.
Dink. I'll make sure not to get anybody else in the cube.
One of them made it, one of them failed it.
These one's asleep.
Let's see this one here. Where is it? Yep. This one failed it.
Ooh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And it's Daimyo's turn. We'll do a... I was thinking that Daimyo's Channel Divinity saved your guys' butt against those Will-O-Wisp.
Mm-hmm.
He will do a Sacred Flame. Made it again.
Damn.
So then it's this tree's turn. And it will attack Daimyo again. That'll hit for 12 damage. And a con save.
For the bless.
And for the bless, yeah. Still on. And the tree isn't poisoned either. Terrell, your turn.
Okay, I'll move myself over here, and then I'll start blasting away at the active tree.
Both of them hit for 18 damage.
Those are coming in good today. Yeah, that's it.
Alright, Cash, your turn.
Oh, it's concentration. Nearly lost Hypnotic Pattern there.
Oh, you wanted to cast a different spell.
Yeah, darkness and then get Damio out there,
Yes.
but 2 concentrations. I'll look at Damio, hop on 1 feet, and I'll strike with poison first. Oh my god.
Minus miss. I kind of like this. This is a
Yeah.
me thing, but
Boar Blade. The Boar Blade works fine.
yeah, well, not exactly, because it's a tree made out of wood, so it has resistance to piercing damage,
Fuck.
even if it's magical.
I've never wielded. Whatever.
So
And my
10
turn.
damage becomes 5 damage. Well, this tree ain't doing nothing, and Daimyo will use a disengage to jump to here. Then it's this tree's turn, and we'll attempt to attack you, Cash. 16.
Just hits.
Alright, 15 damage and a concentration check.
I'll reduce that by half, so
7.
7. Okay, we're good.
Alright, then it's Terrell's turn.
What's the plan, Cash?
Kill this
By the
one
way,
before.
Cash, you actually recognize this tree in terms of
Insanity.
it's a whopping willow.
That's the one. We could pick its fruits.
Big potions of it.
Yeah,
But you don't know the exact combination of how to do it.
for sure.
Go ahead, Terrell.
Kill it before the other one wakes up.
Okay. Then I'll blast away.
Both of them miss. Oh wait, yeah, bless.
Yeah. For the first one,
That's
13?
it. That's
And the
also
second
it,
one as well.
doing 19 damage. Alright, then it's Cash's turn.
Sweet. Boar first. Okay.
That becomes 4 damage.
And then poison blade.
That'll hit, and the poison affects it.
Hey!
3 becomes 5 damage total.
Hell yeah, and it rolled a 2. Very good. So Cash has this mental list in his head where he's just checking out creatures that get sucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me.
Alright. Well, that tree does nothing. Then Daimyo. Daimyo will attempt a Sacred Flame. He fails it, taking the 6 damage.
Let's go.
Alright, and then the Awakened Tree. It will go for Cash. That's a miss. Terrell, your turn.
Well, why change things at work? Hit.
That'll kill it, the first one.
Oh, okay.
So-
I won't shoot the second one because...
Yeah. So you guys can choose. You could try and loot the fruits of the Whopping Willow, but then you'd have to fight the second one. Or you could just bounce. That's up to you.
You think we can shred this one before it... I think we made quick work of this one.
Yeah, we can try.
Alright. We're gonna kill this tree. Fuck this tree.
Okay,
Then, so do you want to do the second one, or do you want to forgo it and have...
I'll do the second one then on it.
The crit, so 18 damage on it. And he is out of his control thingy.
I'll just drop the concentration.
Anything else, Terrell?
Nope.
Then Cash, your turn.
Yeah, I'll just go through. Surprise. Huh?
That'll hit. Doing
Hell yeah.
for 10 damage.
It's working.
You're finally not new at it anymore, and 10
Hell
becomes
yeah.
5 damage.
It's just, it feels like my blades are sentient, and I just need to get more experience with them. That's me.
Then it's the tree's turn, so it'll slam at Cash. 20 for 10 damage.
Blade Ward.
Becomes 5. Alright, then Daimyo. Daimyo will do a Sacred Flame again. Fills it, takes 6 damage. And then Terrell.
Well, let's go with the good old, good old. Oh yeah.
For 19 damage.
And it's good.
Put him in the rat. And Cash, your turn.
I'll just put in some finesse in it and just start spinning around it. Wow. Wait, hold on, bless.
I would say it.
Hell yeah.
How do you want to do this?
I was just starting to dance. Like before it was kind of clumsy, and now Cash is starting to get into the groove of it. He's just dancing while cutting.
And this combat is over, and you guys can loot. Let me check. The minimum 10 acorns of whopping willows.
Shit. Oh, our treasure's not here. Can add that in party
I'll
loot?
put it in the.
Oh, I asked Damio, does he want any of it?
Yes, he wants it.
Oh.
He wants one.
Okay, give him one.
Let's see, I'll put in. I also have to put in Tooth of Dendar.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I forgot to put it on mine. That went a lot better than the willow fight.
Well, we're also
So it's 2 level
quite a bit
difference,
higher.
but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also. We have one more day of travel, right?
Yeah.
Good, because I'm low on spells. I had not had a good few nights.
But random encounters haven't been over yet.
Yeah.
I don't even have to roll for the next one because that one is directly linked to this one.
Uh-oh.
No, not necessarily. The trees seem to course you in a very strange road as you go into a swampy area of the jungle.
I'm weary of any water we encounter.
Oh,
You
shit.
come past a hut. This is about 20 minutes later. And they don't seem to, these half ogres here don't seem to attack you yet. They just seem confused to see you.
Daimyo.
Walks over. Daimyo starts talking to them. But they don't seem to understand what Daimyo says. What be little man saying? He says in Arcadian common.
Oh, you speak common.
That's what I always speak. That's what mama told me.
Ah, fantastic. Where are we?
You're in my mama's house.
Oh, sorry for trespassing. We were just a bit lost.
No worries. Come for dinner. Mama welcomes strangers. Come in.
Does he
Very
look?
much.
Does he look clean? Like he has this jacket, red jacket on and stuff?
Looks pretty clean.
Huh. I've seen stranger things. Yeah, lead on.
As he comes up and motions you to come closer. Then, right there.
Oh
See
no.
Mama. And Mama looks at you. And Terrell. And Daimyo. And then looks at you again, Cash. And then goes, "Eh!" And throws over the cooking pot. You again? I thought I found you in our North Arcadia and told you to fuck off!
Oh god, not you. Sorry. We were just a bit lost.
Not fucking lost! You brought my bloody... I had to abandon my home. Else the Nightmare Riders would come for me. Cause you entered there and you left your fucking essence sense right here in my home. And now you put it here again after leaving different room. Bloody Nightmare Riders.
Sorry?
I should offer you up to the bloody Baron.
Please don't.
Well, you got a way to make this up to me.
How can we do that?
Well, this home now fucking sucks because his essence is all around it. That means I can't live here anymore because eventually the Nightmare Riders will come and then I'm screwed again because I let you go.
My eyes are open wide, so they are fucking following me. Oh shit.
Leave all that stench of essence behind. Takes a while to get here, so I need a new home. And I know exactly where I want my new home to be, and you have to negotiate to get it for me.
Okay.
Wouldn't
What is
that leave
it?
his stench there as well?
That's true.
No, because the Nightmare Riders have deal with the other homeowner that they won't bother him.
Ah, and who is it? Where is who? Huh?
It's Swamp Prince,
Swamp?
Black Dragon that owns a little piece further on along.
You
You
want?
have to negotiate on my behalf that I can move my stuff into his lair and live there.
You want me to speak to a black dragon?
Yes, you have to. You have to negotiate, or else my boys and I are gonna beat you to a pulp, and we will hand you to the Nightmare King, to the Archduke, and be rid of you.
Just look at Terrell, just utter shock and a what?
Guess we have no choice.
You could fight her if you want to. I'll be fair and I'll say I will remove a couple of ogres because it was written for 5 characters, but I'm not gonna say how many ogres I'm gonna remove.
Which way did you say?
That way. I will arrange a meeting in an hour with Swamp Prince, and you better convince him to let me in. I'll give you a list of negotiation things, and anything that you manage to undercut him on, you get to keep. But if you insult him, you'll be devolved in acid.
There's a high chance of that happening.
Ah,
Can we sidebar?
yeah,
We
sure.
can-
She'll go into our hut, and she is already starting to pack things.
Either way, Terrell, this is a bad fucking situation.
Well, it's bad either way. But maybe we can do this negotiation thing and then we can get out of this alive.
Are you good with negotiations?
People say that I'm at least friendly looking.
Okay. Baba, how big we talking? How big is this dragon we talking about?
It's large!
Well, all dragons except Igor are large.
True. We could just wait for the others and jump her. Because I am not fit to fight these or a dragon.
I think if we wait, then the meeting will be arranged and then we might have to fight both.
And don't think about escaping or skipping out on the meeting. My trees are watching you.
Yikes. What a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. Emil, why did you have to leave us here?
He just looks at you, not understanding what you said.
I know.
Points at himself. Daimyo.
Yeah. Whatever.
I think we're gonna have to just talk to this dragon because I'm so gypped out of spells.
Yeah. We'll have to try.
Agreed. Well, talk to your dragon.
Alright. So, this is what she is willing to offer the dragon as payment. And anything you can undercut the dragon on, or convince it to take less, you are allowed to keep. 10,000 copper pieces, 5,000 electrum pieces, a weapon of warning, a short sword of course, a period of wound closure, bracers of archery, a potion of diminution, 4 potions of greater healing, a scroll of tidal wave, a scroll of speak with plants, and a scroll of polymorph. I'll copy paste it.
Okay, good, because I was not able to keep up.
There you go. I'll put it in the Discord as well.
Make sure you note that this is what they're... Because those guys were like, oh, so many things.
And you can take a short rest if you want to before you go and meet the dragon. Might be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, why did I fail those sleeps? Yeah, I'll heal up. Okay, 15. So, I feel like we should offer him all the good stuff and keep the scrolls, and then if he doesn't budge, we just offer him the scrolls too.
I mean, the weapon of warning is the same that we already have one of.
Yeah.
Correcto.
Oh, the period.
I think that just stabilizes you when you go down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's also better healing.
By the way,
Something.
you don't have the items on you right now. You just
Yeah,
have
yeah,
the
yeah.
list on, and she will just hand everything that's been appointed to the dragon, and then appoint the rest to you.
Mhm. I mean, the question is, what would a dragon do with braces of archery?
Keep it.
Yeah, horde.
Yeah.
Anything he can use as a sort of weapon of warning.
Put
I
it on
mean-
his claw.
Yeah.
Generally, what dragons believe is that all valuable property belongs to the main dragon god, and it is their duty to collect it, for when they die, it will all be returned to the dragon god. So
Mhm.
that's the main thing that dragons believe. That's why they hoard.
What about we offer the copper, the electrum, the short sword, and the closure? And if he doesn't like that, we'll add in the potions.
Mhm. And I mean, the scrolls. Oh gosh, polymorph is pretty good, but with plants. I mean, maybe maybe the druid can use them.
I think
Cash
all
can
those.
yeah, Cash can use him. Be a level 4 spell, but
So what about we undercut really badly? The pieces, the short sword, the currency, short sword, closure. What's diminutive potion do?
makes you smaller.
Give that too.
So it's the reduced version of the potion of growth that we had.
Like that? Copper, electrum, short sword, closure, diminutive. And if says no, we'll give the potions and some of the scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
And archery is the last thing we offer.
Yeah.
How good are you persuading?
Uh,
I'm
I
pretty good.
I didn't have much use for it, but people say I'm friendly.
Alright, I'll take the head then. Just to make sure Mother Teresa hit her, she wants to be able to make a home in his territory
Mm-hmm.
In his lair.
in his lair.
For all her kids too.
Mm-hmm.
And are you willing to offer anything to the dragon, as in like if he wants some magic stuff done, like services at all, Mother Teresa?
She nods, yes. Yes, I am!
And what kind of magic caster should I call you?
Call me a green hag. Hell no.
Perfect. Set it up.
Alright.
Doral, you just give me. You can take the lead of it, and I'll assist you, and
Mhm.
also give you inspiration because that's gonna be a lot of bonuses.
That's helpful.
I have a +9, so but I think giving you the inspiration is gonna be better.
I have a
You can do
+3.
if you talk together, you can do an help action, and then your +9 would carry over to his.
Yeah, you get a +3.
Yeah.
I think I think it's still better for you to do it because you get my +9 if I do well, and the inspiration D8,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct too.
and I'll just chime in so I can add my persuasion to that too. And just in case, is Damio coming with us?
Sure, you could leave him. Not that he's not very persuasive.
Especially if he doesn't speak the language.
Yeah. It's only attacks and rolls you can give this bless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you're in Arsenal, Damio?
He could preventively cast Sanctuary, but if the conversation takes longer than a minute, it's useless.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good then. We're good to go.
Do you want Daimyo to come? Or he has to stay and wait at the hut?
Stay at the hut, I guess.
Alright.
You good with that, Terrell?
Mm-hmm.
He
Okay.
stays at the hut with the rest. Alright, so you arrive at the meeting place, and then the dragon Swamp Prince, that's his actual name, comes out of the water. So the lady sent you to... Well, I am curious what it offers.
Hail the Swamp Prince, and I do a bow.
You at least know how to talk to loyalty. Looks angrily at Terrell.
I do as well. Greetings, Your Highness.
Thank you, thank you. So, what do you have to offer today?
So, the lady would like to have a place in your lair, and she would offer you her services as well as the protection of her family. And she would also give you a tribute of 10,000 copper pieces, 5,000 electrum, a short sword of warning, a periapt of wound closure, and a potion of diminution, and 4 greater healing potions.
And of course, it's not just the protection, because you do not need protecting. You are a great, great prince. It's more of a partnership. She is a great green hag, and she has power over the mystics that she can offer you.
Partnership? Are you implying that she is my equal?
Of course not. And I cannot check if she's around. That's a joke. Of course not.
Alright then. Alright, Terrell, you may make me a persuasion check, but Cash, because of partnership, you do your help action with disadvantage if you still want to do it.
I gotta have to do it. I always should give you the bardic inspiration.
Mhm.
Oh god, if this goes bad, it's a -9.
No, -1.
Okay, that's good. A lot better.
It's alright, and it doesn't matter how you fail it. Alright.
I'll do my persuasion.
So that's a success,
Ooh.
so that becomes 27, becomes
Plus.
33.
Jeez.
Let's go!
You know, as a prince, I have the authority and the responsibility about my domain to make the right decisions. And you have come with a good offer. Yes, you have. I will accept your offer. She may relocate to my lair with the correct things, and I beat you for well. Would you be joining her?
Oh no, we have other things to attend to. But thanks you very much for your offer.
Shame. Well, then I will say my goodbye to you. As he goes
Ah.
back into the water and disappears.
I really wanted to take my dagger out and apologize, like, cut my hand, and like, no, he's gone, we're good.
What's with you and cutting your hand?
I don't know, but that was fucking exhilarating. That was good work, Terrell.
Thank you.
God damn.
Your assistance helped very much.
So yeah, you had the bracers of archery.
Hmm? The scrolls?
Yes.
I wanted to keep the healing potions. Oh,
Well.
no. Good, it's alright. Miscommunication, we're good.
Yeah.
Yes. Quickly copy pasted them for so that I don't forget.
Yeah, he's gonna rewrite his whole thing now.
Well, I already as you
Yeah,
can
we
see from the
already
weapon
saw,
I'm
we
using.
already
You
saw
already
that
know.
he was archer.
Yeah.
So yeah, you come back here, and then she looks at Cash, and you are not gonna ruin any more of my homes. Understand?
Of course. I
do not
apologize.
want to answer to the Nightmare King. You do not want to answer to the Nightmare King or his Nightmare Riders.
Of course, I do apologize to have stumbled into your property.
Let's get it packing on, boys. Here's your stuff.
Collection sound. Is there any way, like, how tall are these walls?
It's like, you mean the tree?
The outside wall.
Oh, about, probably like, 10 feet or something.
Okay. Once I get out of sight, like full out of sight, I just want to jump in. I just want to jump in. Oh god, this is a bad idea, but I am spiteful. I will put up a little copper piece and jam it into like a binding of the wood. Hopefully that she brings that with her and she gets tracked.
Alright. Now, to roll for the final day if you reach Nefertatu.
I just want to fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Random encounter.
No.
Oh my god.
Luckily, you guys are, you run out of the pre-prepared random encounter.
Oh, it's just a random chaos.
So now it's legitimately just a random encounter from the random encounter roll, and I'm just gonna make the most extreme one if it's something. So, Terrell, you can roll me a D100.
Ooh.
Is this before or after we sleep?
This is before you guys sleep.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I don't know what's good.
I think low's bad.
1d4 plus 1 liches.
Mother Teresa, how'd you get here?
No. Nah, the random encounters can be all sorts of different things. So I'm just reading it here, and this is one that I can't personally make the worst possible solution of with the danger road. So actually nothing happens.
Can I actually change the thing I jumped in there, or is it too late?
Sure.
I just want to, instead of a copper piece, I want to do a piece of ration.
Alright.
Because it'll keep for a while, but it will eventually degrade or get et. So you hopefully...
Now you can do a con save to see if you you get a successful you get a long rest, and you can do a con save to see if you don't Terrell doesn't get the stuff back.
Please, please, please.
Nope.
Do you have any inspiration I can choose? Oh god.
As you at this day reach the city of Nefertatu.
The thing is, the scorching ray, so the circles of blasting recharges at dawn.
The magic items just recharge.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have my spells missing right now. Everything else is good to go.
Yeah, you guys reach the city of Nefertatu here. And there's multiple areas and all sorts of things. Is there
Wait, you have a circlet of blasting? Or...
Oh,
yes, I do.
We found two, don't worry.
Okay, we found
Yeah,
two.
the other one was...
Alright then.
Where would you guys like to go currently? Or to see if what you guys are gonna do next session, so I can prepare for that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have is there any location you would like to visit in Nefertatu? It generally has anything a normal city would have.
Oh, I'm looking for something to help me sleep.
You could go to the tavern and
like outside as well, just in case we need to sleep outside again.
no, there are taverns in Nefertatu.
Oh no, just in case we have to explore again and
Oh, you mean like a tent or something?
Yeah, just something so I can I don't have to roll cons or at least have advantage or whatever.
They don't have anything against that because it only takes time to get used to the climate. You guys only need 4 more days and you don't have to roll those con saves anymore.
That's 4 days of not getting my spells back.
Yeah.
I remember what you did to me last campaign.
Yeah, here's the math. No, it's actually 2 days.
Oh, sick. But
so 2 days, and then you'll then your body is completely used to it, and you don't have to do those saves anymore.
So they speak common here?
No.
Oh, we still need damn you. Probably find somewhere to stay overnight and do a bit of shopping because I know we got a lot of money right now.
But because you wanted to buy a boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to visit the docks to see what a boat actually costs?
For sure.
Yeah.
Well,
and
visiting that, you would easily discover that a sailing boat, which is the cheapest boat you could buy that would be good enough for sea travel, will cost you 20,000 electrum pieces.
Sheesh.
Now, there are some options in how you could gather money in this city.
Breakfast time.
So I'll tell you guys that a bit, and then Branson, you can also interject with for the voting on what you guys could do. There is a arena where they have T-Rex races, and you could win the prize there, which is a very large amount of money. You could go gambling on the T-Rex races to try and win a lot of money.
We should do that.
Anything
Not
to do
because
with
my character isn't a gambling or anything, but we should do that.
Anything with T-Rexes.
You could attempt to rob the casino.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
This would be something definitely Terrell would be against.
You could just steal the boat,
Also, not really into that.
or you could go to the palace of the Archduke and attempt to loot his vault.
Is
I mean,
there?
since we
Because
have to.
if you have other ideas, you could also chip those in, but those are things you could do to try and gather some money.
What's the what does the Archduke seem like to the normal people around here?
People fear him, and people that seem to be a bit more important call him the fat budger. Because let's see if I can show you a photo, because there are some statues of him.
Because what I was thinking, if we could raise a few people to come with us during that fight, that'd be sick as shit.
This is what he looks like.
Oh god, we need to kill him right now. Poor turkey.
Will say I am going to be severely underleveled, so perhaps not.
Oh, not instantly, of course.
Archduke Nexco is his name.
Well, we do need to eventually confront him for.
No, you don't have to.
No.
Or Cash will die, but
Yeah.
We just need to, from my understanding, once we get on the boat and we're about to leave, we just be like, I am here, Archduke, fuck you, and then he'll chase us.
mm-hmm.
So, if we can get a few hitters on the boat with us, we can get this guy off.
Might also be good to somehow sabotage his wyverns.
Yeah. Like maybe find some rebels too, you know? He's not loved here. There might be a rebel faction that wants to fuck him up.
Do you know how to find those?
Keep in mind that they don't speak common.
Yeah, that one as well.
It's sign language. God, you're right. That makes it so much difficult. I think the first thing will probably be the T-Rex racing, because Troll would be against stealing the boat or the vault, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
T-Rex it is.
I will say that stealing from the Baron is not killing the Baron, so you could do that.
True.
Yeah, you could, if you wanted to, you could also just go into the parents' palace and try and kill him there.
True.
I'd say that would most likely be the hardest way to kill him, but
Yes.
by rules of logic.
That's where he is the strongest.
We can spend like a year in here, learn the language, and then raise a coup.
Definitely figure out that you're here at that point.
But yeah, I think T-Rex, anything to do with T-Rex is gonna be the first thing. Find somewhere safe for Rian to stay while we do shit. Raise money, get a boat.
So yeah,
Kill
you guys want to take a long rest in the city?
Please.
And then for the next day, so you get new con saves.
Oh, it's not like an auto pass if you're in that comfortable, expensive tavern.
No, it's because of the because it's basically because your body isn't used to the climate.
Wait,
and
there's
the climate doesn't really change.
There's no aircon in here?
No.
What? Oh god, this is the worst.
They have air elementals.
The taverns do cost two electrum pieces per person.
That's alright. We have a lot of electrum to burn, literally burn.
Oh, you also have like 20,000 that you need to conjure up to.
True.
And in this city, they only pay with copper pieces or with electrum pieces. There's no, if you try to pay with gold, they won't accept it.
Damn. Can we break down gold?
That would cost you a lot of money because electrum is basically just weaker gold.
Fair.
So you wouldn't get a very favorable exchange rate.
So what I'm assuming then is that we're gonna try to raise money through the T-Rex racing or T-Rex gambling. Try to find people. Well, not try to find. If we stumble across people who wants to kill the Archduke, invite them to our boat
Yes.
eventually. Anything else in your mind, Terrell?
Or Branson, if you want to chip in,
Yeah.
now it's just a
I mean-
meta plan.
Like I said, the gambling is something he would be interested in. My new character, as well as like the Archduke is obviously not like a great guy, and he's against that for sure. So yeah, both of those things, like recruiting people, getting money, maybe even if we don't like directly like kill or harm the Baron, starting or getting people that will is something that he's about.
Yeah. That sounds good. And it kind of like, Terrell, would you be against like, this is a tyrannical government. We should steal from the vault.
That would be the most. So that would be something that he could be persuaded for.
Ooh.
I mean,
Considering it's his personal vault, I think we could definitely persuade
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can return it to the people, Terrell.
yeah,
some of it to the people, Terrell.
yeah. I mean, stealing from the casino is basically really just petty theft.
Yeah.
And stealing from the Archduke, who is kind of oppressing his people, that would be something, as I said, that
There
he
you go.
could be.
So
Yeah.
some for us, some for the boat,
Yeah.
some for the people, and some side for us too. So 2 for us, okay. Unless you guys are looking to do some side quests here too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I need to level up somehow.
Well, one of the conditions for you to level up is like if you do something impressive. So if you just walk into the building and all of us be like, "Oh my god, that's so impressive," would that work?
Yeah.
No, the DM also has to agree to that it is actually
I look
impressive.
very cool. That counts. I have an idea of something that's impressive, maybe, or at least something that I think would personally impress, like Cash and maybe Auric and maybe Launch, depending. But that's for when because I'm only level 2. Like I don't have a subclass yet. But spoilers. The subclass that I am going to be going into is Gunslinger.
Mm.
Oh, that's sick.
So there is potential that I'm like, hey, look at this thing, and then I shoot something, and it's like, whoa, immaculate.
Oh my god, take this bracer of archery.
Well, that's the thing. Braces or archery don't apply to the guns, unfortunately, unless Yannick's cool.
No, it doesn't work.
Well,
Oh well.
If it legitimately says bows and arrows, then it doesn't work on.
oh, it does say longbow and short bow.
Yeah.
Rip.
Because I was like, maybe launch. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Launch just throws things.
Mhm.
That could be considered archery. If put some
With
strings on him.
weapons, yes.
Also, other option to get the money is to sell your stuff.
Yeah.
True.
We
Yeah,
could
that's-
sell a couple of these things like that we don't really need.
A couple of short swords.
Like we do have a lot of copper and electrum, so I mean, or y'all do.
What's the transition in as normal, copper to electrum? Or is there something special in this town?
Let's see. 500 copper is 1 electrum.
Jesus.
So essentially, that's only 20 electrum pieces that we got.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, yikes!
Well, we will. We'll work something out. Even side missions in this place would be good.
But so Yannick, for the stuff I have written, do you want me? Oh yeah, you just told me to leave it in the on the
I
thing.
haven't
Yeah.
read it yet.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do have one idea since you're here. You could also like be with a crew, and those are also against the Arch Baron.
I did include a couple of things of interest, like that would be going on in his life currently.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and some other things that like, hey, this is things that he's currently doing, like, that's just what he's got going on.
Alright. By the way, I'm gonna stop the stream because I completely forgot it's still on.